Hi, welcome to the Stay or Go podcast. How are we doing today?
Oh my gosh.
Literally never been better.
So well.
So you're hearing two voices right now. It's because we have two special guests on today. First time ever. Could you guys introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I would love to. My name's Megan. Is
You
this
don't have
also when
to-
I talk about
you
myself?
don't have
or-
to do like full government name. Just say Megan. We're
Okay,
good.
yeah. My name's Megan.
But yeah, you can give a little spiel about how I know you.
ID.
Yeah. My social security number is
No.
So I have known Jenna my entire life. Which is awesome, and we're still friends, and my entire life has been... I'm not even going to tell you my age, because maybe that gives away too much.
Yeah,
info. No, I'm just
don't.
But I famously am 6 months older than Jenna, so there was 6 months
Without
of
me.
life without Jenna. But from 6 months on, she's been there, which is incredible. And that's... Yeah, we can get into more details
We'll get
later.
into detail. We have to introduce
our
our other
other
guests.
guests.
Yes, thank you.
Oh my gosh, hello. I'm Chandler. Legally. That's legally true.
Yes.
And I've only known Jenna for like the last 24 hours. Is not even true. It's been less. It's
like
been
2 hours.
Obviously, emotionally, it's felt like a full day, a full legal day.
Yeah.
But I've been hearing about Jenna for so long because Jenna is an icon, truly. And
thank
just
you.
known throughout the universe. And also, I am one of Megan's best friends. I've known her for about 10 years.
Wow.
A lot of a lot of
So much.
dates and
so
time.
many years.
Yeah.
And that's me. That's
Yeah.
my only identity point. Adjacent to Megan.
Yeah.
Same.
So they are here this weekend. You guys have you came to Atlanta.
Yeah.
To do what? Can you tell people what you did this weekend?
Oh.
Can we?
I would love
I would be the honor of our lives.
Can we?
To tell
Yeah.
you.
So we are famously both very big fans of women's soccer and the U.S. women's national team. And they were participating in the She Believes Cup, which is a cup that happens every year. And the first round was in Atlanta this year. And I have a cousin that lives in Atlanta, and her group of friends go to a lot of soccer games. And so we went to the game with them. And we took my little cousin to her first women's professional soccer game, which is huge.
Huge moment.
And they won. So
And they
the
won.
US won.
So yay.
that was huge.
USA, USA.
Exactly.
Yeah.
that.
Exactly.
I will say hearing a whole stadium of people chant USA, USA was scarier than
Yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah, it
going
was
to
a
be.
little scary.
Even when I was there I was like, yeah, I'm on that team too. Like that, me too.
It was
But
a little
outside of that-
cultish.
Yeah.
A little scary.
A little bit.
The gravitas of it all is like, whoa.
Yeah.
Earthquake coming our way. But
Yeah.
outside of that, fantastic.
No, that sounds like it was so much fun. And you guys will hopefully be back here again soon in a couple months.
Hopefully
in October.
because we just learned that Pride in Atlanta is in October.
What
Yeah.
a treat.
So we're like, we're
First of all,
probably
thank you,
free.
Atlanta, for doing that.
Thank you.
Thank you from everyone else who does it in June
Thank
for doing
you.
that.
Yeah,
Wow,
because
that'd
that's
be
a
amazing.
lot that you probably can't all go to in June if you want to go to different cities' prides.
Oh,
because
right.
It's
they're
just
all on the same weekends probably or close to.
Even
if it's
just,
all
like,
crammed into that month.
Doing all the gay things that you want to do in 1 month
Yeah.
is like stressful to me.
Yeah.
I'm literally like nothing's planned in June because I'm like I'm just gonna have to be really gay every single day. But like there's not enough days. What is that, like 29 days?
Yeah, 30.
30
29.
at least, yeah, because
Yeah.
my dad's birthday's the 30th,
Yeah.
so there's at least 30.
I think it's 30.
I think it's 30
Because
exactly.
July, I remember 31st. So
literally-
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
It,
yeah.
like,
They,
flip-flop.
flip back and forth, yeah. Yeah. So we love when cities have Pride in other months so we can
Yeah.
celebrate being
Yeah.
gay.
So much.
Would
Other
love to have
times,
you back.
yeah.
Maybe you'll do another episode. Who knows?
That would be amazing.
Only by popular
Only,
demand.
yeah, only because
we'll
the
see
fans,
if this goes well.
the fans
If
are
fans request.
begging for us to come back. Maybe we do like Jenna on the street, like Billy on the street, and we do it at Pride.
What's Billy on the show?
Oh, like Billy Eichner, he does like his
Oh,
little
yeah,
bits.
yeah. Okay,
like for
I
a
know.
dollar, name a woman.
I know who that is.
Yeah, yeah.
Nate wants to
Can
do
you,
some
Jenna,
of those.
for a dollar, name a woman?
A woman? Just
Yeah, just
anyone.
Any woman? Oprah Winfrey came to mind.
Yes, she totally is.
Nate
absolutely is.
Nate literally just like gave me the biggest judgmental look of all time.
Wait, Nate, who would you say?
For a dollar.
For a
Who's a
dollar.
woman?
Jenna.
Yeah. That's love.
That was
And
really
that's on
nice.
love.
I actually can pay you each $1 because
You really
in
don't have
huge
to.
news, I just won my
Yes.
works
March
bracket
Madness.
for
Yes.
March Madness for the women's side. Shout out to Dawn Staley in South
Yeah.
Carolina.
You still didn't find out how much you won.
So I know I'm winning an
At least $2.
unidentified amount of money, but at
It's gotta be
least
at least
$2.
$2.
At least $2.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Okay, very
So,
cool.
You
yeah.
both named women successfully, so.
We did.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
did. That's pretty easy. But yeah, Nate wants to do some like TikTok TikToks like that on the Beltline. He wants to like go down and like ask people like listen to my song, rate it, or like what do you think of this? Yeah,
Wait, I love that.
to get some virality, you know.
It's kind of reminding me, not the same thing at all, but I just had a flashback to us being in middle school doing the Ellen Degeneres dance challenge.
Yes!
Remember that? Did you ever do that, Jenna?
I have absolutely no clue what you're talking about. But I'm excited to learn.
I will
so much
brief
more.
you. It's very simple.
Okay.
Basically, you needed to go in public places.
Sure.
And dance behind people without them noticing that you were dancing behind them.
That's incredible.
It was so much fun.
We would like have Jenna's mom drop us off at the mall
At the
and
mall.
just do that for hours.
Wait, I was gonna ask
Like
you
that
if
was
any, like,
the only the
highlights,
mall specifically.
lowlights from that
We went
experience?
to like a bookstore too. Like
Yeah.
the
And we had other friends go with us, too.
It was
Yeah, yeah.
Borders.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Remember when Borders was a thing? Now it's like
Yeah.
BAM.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I know.
It was Bam.
Interesting. Okay, so anyway, we
Anyway,
don't.
sorry.
This is going to be a very chaotic episode for everybody listening.
Sorry, snaps for chaos.
Expect
Embrace.
nothing less though,
Embrace
because it's also 3 girls chatting. That's a lot.
Yeah.
More than just 2
Three
girls
girls,
chatting.
so many girls.
There have never been 3 girls chatting before.
Yeah.
The limit's usually 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, apologies in advance that we're gonna get off topic and ramble, but it's gonna be fun. So I briefed you guys on what this podcast is, staying or going, and I want you guys to give a little bit of your friendship and how you guys came to be, and see if there's any stay or goes with that. I don't know who wants to take the reins on this one, or if you'll like pass it to each other, but.
Do you want to rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah,
Right.
do we?
Yeah.
I feel like when we rehearsed this in past conversations, you're good at starting it.
I'll start.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Megan's
Okay,
good at
yeah, yeah.
link because I'm not
Yeah.
very good with time.
Oh, okay.
I'm a hyperbole girl. So
Yeah, and
I'll be
I'm more
like
of a numbers.
18,000 years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm more of a
can do
numbers
math,
girl,
so maybe she
math,
starts.
econ major. Yeah, so I can go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so Chandler and I met on basically the first day of college, which is awesome.
No way.
So that was 2015. So that's
Uh-huh.
like,
That's gonna
this
be
August it'll be 9
I mean,
years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, because it was like August of
Right.
2015.
Right. Okay.
So that was incredible. We like had my roommate at the time and Chandler's roommate at the time. Like I knew Chandler's roommate from orientation and Chandler knew my roommate from orientation.
Oh my
So
God.
we all like
Exactly.
ran into each other on the street one day and I was like, oh my gosh, this person, aha. And then that's how we met was because we each knew someone in that like 4 group of people and then we were living in the same building and just we're in like this big group of friends.
Which is great.
Which
Yeah.
is great. And we're friends all throughout college, just best pals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
No, I
just-
was definitely jealous of your friend group. Like, I would see on Instagram, like, oh my God, Megan has, like, such a core, tight group of girlfriends. And I, like, didn't feel that way, at least in my first 2 years before I joined a sorority. And I was just like, ugh, I want that so bad. So, I'm very happy
honestly,
for you.
it was a lot of luck.
Yeah.
I would say so too.
Yeah.
I feel like honestly it was a group of people who were all just like extremely like loud talkers who like
Just
kind of like
gravitated
yeah,
towards it.
just the loudest people in the
Yes.
room and then like we're like, well, we should all just be loud together. That would
Yeah.
probably save people some time.
Yes.
And then and obviously like friend groups like fluctuate. Are
Oh,
we still
yeah.
friends with all those people? No. But
Right.
like such a fun way to like meet someone. I would say Megan and I were definitely really close in college, but not like best,
No.
not
Right,
like
yeah.
Right. Not like the
the
duo one.
trademark. I think we had such different schedules. I always remember Megan as someone who like would run so much, and I was so impressed. I'd always be like, I need to hang out with Megan, and I would text her, and she'd be like on a run.
Yeah.
Which is like such a funny.
I'd be running her in the library.
No, and it was so iconic
Yeah.
to me. I was like, yes, wait, I should probably do both of those things, but I was never that good at
No,
either of those.
I hate running. I don't run.
So then it like, because it's hard.
it's hard.
It's really like how like
It's not fun to
She'll
me.
run
but
for
she loves
miles.
it. I know.
For miles.
It's
I
crazy.
know.
Miles.
I'm
love it.
impressed,
I don't know.
but I don't need to join you.
I don't know. I just have been doing it.
Yeah.
For a while, I
It's
guess.
all good.
Thank you for someone has to.
Someone
do it.
has to be running.
And
You
it's
know.
mostly like I know you're doing that for us.
No,
Yeah.
I'm
So
doing
we
it
don't
for
have to.
everyone else.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then we really, so to Chandler's point then about us not being like the duo TM.
Yeah.
Trademark.
Trademark.
TM.
Thank you, because
But
you
being,
said
like,
that, and I
very
was like,
close,
what?
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then after college, we just like really
I don't
clicked.
know what even happened.
I don't
the
know.
The stars aligned.
But the stars aligned, and we like, I think really started becoming the duo TM.
Yeah.
In those couple years after college, even though we were not living in the same place. I was living in Texas.
Right.
Chandler was living in Boston and then DC.
Okay.
So we had like a long distance friendship.
Yeah.
And And then we decide, because then we were basically attached at the hip, figuratively.
So
codependent.
We like to think in a healthy way.
In a healthy way.
Where it's like we could be independent if like an apocalyptic situation came up.
Yeah,
where we were separated
solo.
and I needed to like forage for food.
Yeah.
I could do that without you. I'd like to think.
I'd like to think so.
But we don't actually know until we're there.
Hopefully we'll never be there.
And knock on wood.
And that's like the goal. But then because of that, we're like, what if we just actually live together physically and not just mentally, emotionally?
Yeah. Right.
So then we moved to Brooklyn, New York together, and have been roommates for the past 2 years.
Yeah, almost 3.
Ooh,
Yeah.
wow. So when did you move to Brooklyn? What year?
January 2022.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's been over
it's
2.
like 2.5.
See again. I'm like, it's almost been 8 years.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, basically since birth.
Yeah.
And that's really when our codependence. No, that's literally us. Jenna said one person gets to occupy that space. Also, we didn't say this before, Jenna and I have known each other since Jenna was born.
You did say that.
We said that, but I just wanted to clarify that it's not because we're related. You know a lot of people in your family from when you're born because you're related. Like, this is purely like friendship, which is beautiful. Which does feel very family oriented.
Yes, because our dads were very good friends.
So
that started it as like little tiny babies, but then in school too.
Yeah, then we did it on our own.
Yeah,
also.
Because we actually liked each other.
We actually really liked each other.
Yeah,
which was awesome.
Yeah. So, thank you guys for sharing that, because I didn't really know how you guys got together. So it's funny that you weren't like besties right at the beginning, and now it blossomed into that.
Yeah.
So we love that for you guys. So now, I don't know if you guys thought of anything with staying or going in regards to your life of decisions you've had to make to stay or go. I mean, how did you guys pick Brooklyn, if you want to decide that?
Oh,
yeah,
that's
a great one.
Yeah, why don't you start this one?
I feel like, I'm kind of like, how did I pick Brooklyn? Some days when I'm there, I'm like, how did I do this to myself? No, we love Brooklyn. It's such a different place than both of us have ever lived. At least I'll speak for myself. Yeah. I'm from Ohio originally, so like already, that's a toughie.
Yikes.
Oh, yeah, OH.
Yeah. A real place.
No, it's actually that's crazy that you call me out on that. No one's ever realized that before. For legal reasons.
You ever see the Ohio meme?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Wait. Well, but you explain
Finally,
it.
somebody that knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But you do.
What is it?
Can you explain
it for me and Megan and the audience.
So the Ohio meme is like, somebody will just show like a war zone or something, and it'll be like just a casual day in Ohio.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
It's just like the worst image you could ever see. It's like, oh, classic Ohio. But it's like clearly like World War I. Like, like it's like.
So it's just crazy, horrible.
Screenshot from like Star Wars, and it's like,
Meanwhile in Ohio. Yeah.
Wow.
Man, so Ohio gets a bad rap.
And it deserves it.
Okay.
I'm coming out here to say. Ohio. Listen up. No, terrifying. I will say, there are good parts.
I was going to say, we had someone else on. I think it was Reed.
Like one of the big feed states.
Maybe it wasn't Reed.
What does that mean?
Like animal feed?
What is
like corn?
Whatever. For everything.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, like any food?
Yeah, like trains.
What?
You know so much about Ohio.
Nate is really smart in regards to like nature things, like and worldly things, and so he knows a lot of random facts.
That is so impressive.
Ohio. I didn't know what is a feed state. What the hell does that mean?
Yeah. Okay. You're right. That's actually the major like product of my hometown. Is we're like we grow agricultural feed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so like that's actually really important.
Yeah, no, you're welcome.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Ohio could be good. It's good.
I think for animals it rocks. I would say for humans, like me specifically, it was a tough.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, but I talked about it on another podcast. I loved
and I made
Columbus.
The Ohio joke, and y'all just
yeah, we didn't know. Oh. So it was Reed? Was it Reed? Yeah, he's from Ohio. Shout out Reed Willie. Hey. You Reed, guys don't know him. It's okay.
You're in Ohio.
But my cousin lives in Columbus and she loves it there.
Well, when I was like, that's probably the good spot.
The
Columbus
only good
is incredible.
Spot. Yeah, okay.
The Short North, so beautiful. There's like an all grilled cheese restaurant there. Like
grilled cheese.
It's like doing good stuff. I would just I think like for me it was just like a lot of like really intense farm And I don't know how to farm, so I was just like, I don't fit in.
Yeah,
here.
it's
like,
not my place.
You know, it's not for
feed
me.
is not your thing.
But I'm not into feed, really. Big feed girl. We did have a mandatory, like, ag class in high school, which I think is fun to talk about. Yeah, like, you had to take it.
I mean, I had that too.
Yeah.
You have it, really?
He's in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It's
Yes!
Amish country.
Wait, what
it's
did
farm.
What'd you specialize in?
What do you
No, it was just his high school class, too.
Oh, yeah,
Just
they made us,
general.
like, pick a,
Oh, you had to pick
like,
a
a
special.
specialization. They didn't make you do that?
I was involuntary.
Oh.
I was illegally put into FFA.
Legally.
You know what FFA is?
Yeah, Future Farmers of America.
My teacher.
I feel like we need to get a third mic for you at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, literally. We're
Come
like,
closer.
join us.
Join
us.
us.
I did the FFA competition
Oh, my God.
without being in FFA.
What?
Yeah.
They're, like, intense
It's like
about
a
those
cult.
competitions. Yeah. How'd you get in there?
My teacher, like, I knew all the birds
He knows all the
What
bird
about-
calls and the looks
and
of them.
trees and stuff.
Wait, that's so cool.
And he was my track coach, and one day after track, he was like, "Come in here and take the FFA test." And like, the ornithology one, I got like one wrong out of like 300.
That's just identifying birds.
He was
Yeah.
like, "You're in. Actually, we're gonna kick this guy out."
You're in. Student
Rip
out.
to that guy.
Wait.
Whoever he was.
Cutthroat.
Yeah.
And they're like saying all these chants and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was just like, blah, 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 blah,
They were saying chants.
Yeah. No, it's super intense.
It's like some Illuminati shit.
It's like,
crazy.
it's like, no, I can't even, I think I must have blacked it out. I was like, I'm really
It's
afraid.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's like some Freemasonry and shit. Like, I didn't realize it'd be like that, but
Oh, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
And you have to wear the outfits.
No,
They have little outfits with like
Yeah,
lapels,
no.
the lapels and the vests.
I would
I'm
have
like,
failed.
"Bruh, this is Future Farmers of America. Why are we doing it?"
Yeah, don't take it to the past. This is a PFA. This is the future. We gotta go to the future. No, I was
my
always
God.
impressed with the ornithology kids because they put me in like it's like the dumb FFA like
I got
section.
second.
You're
But I
joking.
lost because of the sounds, bro.
Wait, for the whole state of Pennsylvania.
Yeah. I
So
don't
you
keep
could
going.
claim that, like, out of the entire state of Pennsylvania,
In
you
that
were the
year.
kid that knew
If
the
somebody
second
hears
most
this,
about
though,
birds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If somebody hears this though, they're about to be like, revoke that.
He got it
You're gonna get an
illegally.
email
Yeah.
being like, look.
in FFA, bro.
Was that like a membership that you had to pay to be in or something? I don't know how it works.
Yes, and you had
Yeah.
to be like in it, like
To go to, like,
sworn in it.
meetings.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
like Boy Scouts type
Yes.
vibes, but
And I
okay.
just wore the uniform and did the competition. and dipped.
That I
With your
literally know
second
so
place
much about
trophy.
birds.
Yeah. Did you get
Mic
a ribbon or a trophy
I don't.
or a medal?
I got something for our school.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so the
This is,
school
like, in
has
the
it.
school.
Like, you don't
We
have
got,
it.
like, money.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's why they made everyone do it because we had no money. And,
Yeah.
like no prospects.
Because Ohio
Gosh, you're to
sucks.
fight for it.
Yeah, literally no. We weren't good at sports. They were like, this is all we've got.
This is it.
Every kid has to try to apply their skills.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
and they were like, judge soil. That was me. You like, you're soil judged. But I didn't know we were supposed to be doing it with like science. You know, like you're supposed to be like taking the pH of the soil. I would just be like, this soil looks great to me. Very brown, super moist, like rock and roll. We should plant something in this soil. And they're like, not what this is about. I think I got like literally last place. Like you could not get lower.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but
Wow.
Nate's like, not me. Not me.
It's
No.
like
Well,
unrelatable.
I won.
Can't relate.
I won.
He says Juan. It drives me crazy. Instead of
I didn't
Is that like
Juan,
a
it's like
PA
his accent. And he makes
As
fun
someone
of
also
our
from Pennsylvania, I'm like,
he makes fun of our Scranton accents. Do you hear it in Megan at all?
say poop.
poop.
He hates how I say poop.
Poop.
You say it normal.
He said
Say donuts.
Oh yeah, say donuts.
Donuts.
Yeah, she said.
She said nuts.
My mom's from New York. So
Yeah,
maybe
she has New
it
York
balances
in
Wait,
her.
out.
can you
Just
say
kidding.
poop?
Poop.
Yeah.
Wait, how is that different than me?
Say donuts.
Donuts.
Oh.
He doesn't
Oh,
like
you
to
say
say
it's like I say
Yeah.
Scranton.
She says Scranton. Yeah.
That's
Instead
normal, though.
Scranton.
Scranton?
It's really Scranton.
Oh.
Wonton soup.
Scranton. It's spelled like that though.
Yeah.
But we say like Scranton.
Yeah.
Scranton.
Yeah.
Yeah, your whole family, they bought donuts at Easter.
Donuts.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got the donuts. Donuts. Like, if y'all don't say donuts right once, I'm good.
Or you know what people say
He
a
was
lot
losing.
too, and a lot of people in my family say like cousin. Like there's a T
Yeah,
at the end.
I hate that.
Where's that coming
Wait,
from?
I love that.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
No,
cousin,
that's
my
hilarious.
cousin to Jenna. Like
Yeah,
Yeah, I like
yeah.
that.
Uh-huh.
What about mustna? You mustna forgot.
I've never said that.
Down the
I've
road
literally
a while.
No, never saw that.
Not that. But we
That's
got,
a
like,
Lancaster thing down the road a while, and like they say that,
Oh.
and it drives me crazy.
Yeah, a while is like a measurement for anything.
For
yeah,
anything?
anything.
We
I
do
feel
that
like
too
the
in Ohio.
directional thing in like our town is more like, it's either up the line or down the line. And I'm like, where's the line?
I don't
What
even
line?
know.
If my dad hears this, he's gonna roast me for that. He's gonna be like, you should know the
He
line.
better listen to this.
The Mennonites and Amish, they'd be like, they literally will say down the road a piece.
A piece.
Peace.
Down the road a
Just
piece.
drive down the road a piece, you'll hit.
A piece.
Oh,
Yeah, how
right.
far is that? I don't know.
I don't know. Ours is a while ago.
A while ago.
Could be any amount of
Yes.
time.
Maybe that explains why
No.
you're just like not great at the specific numbers.
People will think
You were
I've told
raised
stories
to-
that
yeah.
are like a while ago, like last month, and I'm like, that was when I was in 4th grade.
Nate
Like,
will
yeah.
literally say, like, the other day. He says the other day. And it's like 3
Same
months
this.
ago. It's not the other day. It has to be within like the last 2 weeks if it was the other day. But no. Anyway, that's
So
another
sorry.
fun tangent. We were talking about Ohio.
OHIO, and I grew up there, so moving to
So you
Brooklyn.
didn't want to stay there.
Moving to Brooklyn.
You were like, stay, go.
Say go, and I said go.
Go.
I'll do literally anything.
Yeah.
I actually was like kind of ruthlessly obsessed with leaving Ohio. Like I didn't like underage drink because I thought
Yeah.
it would kill my brain cells. I needed like money to go to college.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm focusing. Whatever. So then when we got to GW at school, I met Megan. I was like, wait, my life is beginning.
Yes.
This is awesome. Like I have finally like good friends.
Yeah.
And, like, like people who like love and care about me, and I'm in a city. And so I think in my head, Brooklyn, I was just like, oh, it's like the next city up. Like we've done DC. I love DC. That's awesome. But like as a little Ohioan kid, living in New York is like you've made it. You've
right.
done
It's like
it.
a
You can
success
see
thing.
the Empire State Building
Yeah.
with your physical eyes.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You're Eloise in the Plaza. Like you're
Yes.
every
Yes.
Christmas movie. You're every
Yes.
romance movie.
Julie
Like
Andrews.
literally. So
Sorry.
I was like, I have to literally where is she? Where is she? So I think that was definitely a major contributor. And then Megan, I wanted to live with Megan for sure. And I was kind of, Megan's dad always jokes about this, which I love. I don't know if you know what I'm going to say. But he was talking to Megan and he was like, yeah, it's so lovely you've got Chandler. Like, I just know you could have said anywhere and she would have moved with you. Like, true. You literally could have been like, okay, Missouri. And I would have been like, rock and roll. Let's go. So it was a lot of like the fact that she was living there. But yeah, what took you?
Yes.
Yeah.
For me, so I was before living in.
Yeah, do the whole, like, because you bopped around a bit.
Yes, so Chandler mentioned DC. We went to college in DC, so we were in DC together for 4 years. Beautiful, lovely, great. And then after college, I moved to Texas. I was living in rural Texas. And I was teaching middle school social studies. Shout out to all my middle schoolers who are now
Who are
juniors
now
in high school,
probably,
which is absolutely wild.
graduating.
I think they're still sophomores, but still, it's wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved my students that I was teaching in Texas. I had been there for 2 years. I loved my students. I didn't really vibe with the school district I worked for. It was like this charter school district, and I just felt like my kind of like values in the classroom and as a teacher just didn't really align with like the way the school operated. So that even though I like loved my kids so much, I think that made like showing up to work every day really hard. So I was like, I don't think I want to keep doing this job, and I also don't think I want to keep living in rural Texas because the pandemic hit while I was there, and most of my family lives in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And so southeast rural Texas is famously so far from northeastern Pennsylvania. So
What is the hours to drive there?
I did drive myself back actually during
Yeah.
the pandemic because
You had
who
to.
knew? I didn't know how long I was gonna be home. Thought I needed my car. It was 30 hours of driving.
30.
It took like 12 hours to get out of the state of Texas, which is wild.
That's wild.
That's how long it takes to get to Pennsylvania from here.
Yeah, so just me driving. Just picture me alone
In
driving through
Texas.
Texas. 12 hours.
That's insane.
Yeah,
I literally want to cry.
Country road.
Literally me. Yeah.
Is there like cool views though as you're driving? in
It's
Texas?
just flat.
No.
Desert.
Okay.
Cactus?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Saguaro.
But
Yeah.
12 hours
I'll fuck
only
with
of
that.
cactus.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've driven for like 8
Okay.
in Arizona. And stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I
Good.
like it.
Yeah, it's not. I like love driving and love being in the car and like road trips. So honestly, it was kind of fun, and
Yeah.
it felt like a challenge because I had
Yes. Never done
driven
it.
30 hours
Yeah.
by myself.
Why
before.
would you have?
Yeah.
Better than they call it like the green tunnel.
Yeah.
It's like
Of just driving.
85.
Yeah,
like,
with all the
north
trees
to
on the
south.
highway.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just a long straight. Just
Yeah.
trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which they were talking
You
about
might
how
see,
much
like,
they appreciate the
a
trees though.
plateau.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes.
Or a Dust bunny.
Yeah.
Like, what are other, like...
A jackrabbit.
Dust bowls?
Yeah.
Are
Yes.
those things? Dust bowls?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
the
I would
West-
actually see those sometimes.
No.
Like, in, like, when you picture, like, Wild Wild West cowboy
Like the
movies.
tumbleweed,
and it's like,
right?
doo-doo.
Isn't that
yeah,
what
like, I
it's
would,
called?
like, see those in Texas in
That's
real
fire.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's wild. But
So wait, I need to know.
Yeah.
Did you stopped and stayed in like?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I had one of my, like, best friends, and one of Chandler's best friends, too, her family, lives in Dallas. So that was, like, the first stop, because that was, like, 8 hours of driving. And she happened to be there, too, just because of COVID and stuff. So I stopped and stayed with her family, and then I stopped in Nashville.
Love it.
And I just, like,
Yeehaw.
stayed in a hotel by myself. Yeehaw.
Yeah.
And then from Nashville, I actually went to D.C. to stay with Chandler. So
Okay.
each of those legs
You
was,
had
like,
little-
8 hours-ish.
Okay.
Like, technically, 8, like, 9,
So
10.
it took like 3,
And then I
4
got to
days.
DC. Yeah, and then I stayed in DC for like a week with Chandler, and then Chandler came home with me to like hang out in Dunmore for a bit, and that was like 4 hours. So I guess like that was a pretty long break to take, but still
Yeah.
30 hours of driving.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far to be from, and it's like our families live in like a small town in Pennsylvania, so you'd be going from one small town to another small town. So if you were
Yeah.
to fly home, that's like so many layovers and airports. Like
Yeah.
it just
Yeah.
takes so long. And I think just like during the pandemic, I was like, whoa, I'm so far from all my family here. I'm so far from a lot of my best friends around like DC or New York or wherever, like really close people. And I had like a really good community in Texas. But I think I just realized I was like, oh, I want like a different pace of life. I want to live in a city again, where I could like be, I don't know,
Bopping
I want to ride
around.
my bike
Right.
like around the city to like go places and like hop on public transportation and like just have like a different, like a faster paced lifestyle. And so when I was like sitting alone in my apartment complex in Texas, like in April 2020, I was like, what's the opposite of
Of
my
this.
such situation right now? And I'm like, New York City. And I actually
Yes.
read a book that was like, it was an Elizabeth Gilbert book. It was called City of Girls.
Shout out.
Fantastic book.
First of all, that's how I would describe New York City.
No, literally.
Is the city of girls.
It's the City of Girls.
like not a more accurate name
No.
to be given.
like,
City
thank
that
you,
never
Liz.
sleeps. I'm going to bed. It's a city of girls.
Like literally. Yeah, and it was historical fiction. So it was like the main character was this like young woman. She was like 20 or something, and it was like set in the 1940s. But she like leaves her small town in New York to go live in New York City for a bit. I won't say too much in case people want to read the book. You should.
Yeah.
Anyway, she was just having so much fun with her pals, and I was like, literally, this
want
book. I was
this.
like, I want to have fun in New York City with my pals. And also like my mom grew up on Long Island, and my grandparents grew up in Brooklyn and Queens. And I had like an uncle that was living in New York, so a lot of my family also, it's either like Dunmore or like New York is like how I grew up as a kid, like thinking about my family and where I spent most of my time. And as a kid, I never wanted to live in New York because it's so different from Dunmore.
So
we would like
different.
show up there to like visit family, and like most of our time was spent on Long Island. We'd have to drive through the city, and I'd be like, oh, it's so busy and,
Stressful.
and like kind of gross.
Yes.
Like, what? Like, where's Sherwood Park? Like, I just want to be in like a little park playing softball with my
Sherwood
friends.
Park.
That's our mine and Jenna's neighborhood park. at home.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, and so then it was funny to me to be like, wait, I want to live here
choosing
now,
this,
and that's
yeah.
so cool. And I've like spent all of my childhood in Dunmore, which is where my dad's whole family is from, and I was like, wait, my like grandma on my mom's side though like spent all of her childhood in Brooklyn, and my grandpa in Queens, and I'm like, it would be so cool to like
Live
do
in
that.
both.
Like something
Yeah.
about that seems so cool. And two of our other like best friends were in New York at the time, and we're like, what if we? And I was like, Chandler, do you want to live in New York? She's like, yeah. I was like, me too.
Yes.
We're like, what if we?
Again, I
all
was like, the
live
secret
there?
is anywhere.
Like, it
You
would
would say
be
anywhere, and I'd
awesome.
probably say yes.
Yeah, and so I really was like, I want to live in a place where I already could be with people I really, really love. Like, I want to go to a new place, but I don't want it to be starting from scratch again.
Right.
Because I did that in Texas, and like that's
Yeah.
really hard.
So much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when we were like apartment neighborhood hunting, we just like ended up loving Brooklyn and
Yeah.
like loving and like found a place to live there. And
Yeah.
now we're in our second apartment in
Yes.
Brooklyn, so we're in a new neighborhood. So
That's
we feel like we
right.
keep refining our taste. I
We
feel
really
like.
like a fine wine.
No, literally, like
City of
in
girls,
the city of girls,
drinking a fine wine in the city
of
of girls.
There's nothing better.
Yeah. So you went from Texas.
Yeah.
You decided to go.
I decided,
And
to go.
you are staying. How long do you think you guys will stay in New York?
Kind of a hot topic right
I know,
now.
it's the question on everyone's
because we've
minds.
been loving Atlanta so much.
I know.
Yeah.
She really rolled out the red carpet for us. The
Did.
trees.
Yeah.
The breeze
Oh
blowing
my
through the
goodness.
trees.
Yeah.
The affordable coffee and ice cream.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Wow.
Here. It's
And
beautiful.
affordable alcohol too. I mean,
Yeah.
I know. Because I know when McCole has come here, she's like, "Oh my God, like this is nothing in comparison to a New York glass of
Seriously.
wine." Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though it's a city of girls, they make it really
Girls?
expensive for the girls there.
Girls are not helped in the city of girls.
No. I would say that's like really my only like downside of
Yeah,
Brooklyn because it's
is
so
the money.
close to family at home. I
Right.
love actually living there and like
Yeah.
we've started to make so many new friends. Like there's so much good stuff happening there, but
Right.
like I work in education and
Right.
Chandler works for a nonprofit. Like we don't really make a
Yeah.
lot of money.
Yeah,
And it really
to
is so
live there.
expensive to live there.
It really
Um,
is funny, like, when you're like, I am literally I have no money to my name. Like, what you'll do. Like, I don't think I've been in this phase of budgeting ever where it's,
No.
like, survival budgeting.
Yeah.
Where I saved the pretzels on the airplane because I'm like, when I go home next week, I will eat the pretzels. Like, I've thought, like, a week and a half ahead. And I'm like, I just have never been in this financial position, which is
No.
such a privilege, obviously,
Yes.
to name that. But like, it just is silly. It's gone to like the silly budgeting phase.
Yeah.
Where it's like someday I would love to buy like meat at the grocery store. I would love to like maybe like join a sports league
Yeah.
for fun.
Yeah.
Oh
Like
my gosh, yeah.
things like that just
Yeah.
can't really happen for us in New York at the moment.
Yeah.
But I will say what, like, for me at least, New York you lose in terms of like disposable income in any capacity. It's like everything in New York to me is so special and weird. Like you walk outside and you're like, whoa, that's a man walking a ferret and they both have the same outfit on. Like that could only happen in New York. You know? Like, and I feel like the charm of that has not been lost on me. Like I'm like, I want to meet that man. You know?
Yeah,
or I want to
yeah.
like,
Your mayor makes me laugh.
right?
Why?
He says some crazy
Yeah, what about
things.
him makes you laugh?
Yeah.
He's like, how would you describe New York? One day you could see your friend opening a business, and then the next day you could see a plane going into the.
Yeah, that was a wild thing for him to say. I saw that. Yeah, he said that.
on
He
the
said that.
news.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
the only things you could come up with.
Are we romanticizing?
And right now he's trying to take money away from library. He's done so many not great things, but right now he's currently trying to take more money away from libraries, which is really upsetting.
Where
Yeah.
your kid can hide drugs. Did you see that video?
Eric, spend your time doing
Do
other
something
things.
else.
See this picture
Man.
frame? It was like a makeshift set. He's like, see this picture frame? It's a place where you can hide bullets. Do you see this backpack? This is where the drugs could be. Black tar heroin. It could be in the backpack. I was like,
Who was he saying to this to?
Yeah,
Like
who
a
is
press
he
conference?
saying to?
I thought it was an SNL skit.
Oh no, that's when it's dark, you know?
When your mayor, your mayor is doing a bit.
Guy?
Yeah,
It's the real guy.
it is.
I'll say SNL is such a perk of New York City.
That is.
Absolutely.
Have you guys ever like tried to go and see?
Like it's a really complicated.
I'm
well, I
sure.
guess it's not that complicated.
Like a
but
lottery
kind of.
process?
Yeah, it's like in August. The August, like at the start of a season, you can send an email about
Yes.
like why you want to go. You literally
Like
like send an
begging.
email. You
You
like
have
write
to
an
beg.
essay.
I'm on my hands
you
and knees.
beg, and then like if they pick your email. So I actually haven't done that yet.
beg
I'm gonna
them
try
for
this.
this,
God, you
basically.
And then
should.
if your email gets picked, they then just like assign you a show. So
I
like
didn't know
you either
this.
could go to that one or not go to that one.
Yeah.
But then the week of every show, because it's free to go.
Right, right.
The week of every show, famously, it's on a Saturday. Saturday Night Live.
I've never heard of
no,
that.
people forget.
People literally never
Yeah, some
think
people are
about
like, oh my
that.
gosh, when is this Wednesday? And it's like, no,
it's the City of
silly.
Girls. Of course
It's the
it's on a
City of Girls
Saturday.
Saturday. So the Thursday before at 10 a.m., you go onto I've tried this before,
Same thing.
and
You
that's
know
why I feel
so much
burned
about
by
this
it.
process.
So the Thursday before show, 10 a.m., you like fill out this form about how many tickets you want. And I've like gone before right at 10 a.m., like 20 seconds after
She has.
10, I submit the form and they're
Yes.
like, oh, they're all gone. But the kicker is, if you get picked for that and you get a ticket, it's just a ticket that lets you stand in line the Friday before a show at 6 p.m. And you line up at 6 p.m. in line if you have a special ticket. If you don't have a special ticket, you can
ticket
get in
is
line.
to wait in
in
line.
If you don't have one of those tickets, you get in
That's
line
so
at
New
like
York.
7 p.m.
Yeah.
So anyone can get in the line. And then you have to wait in that line until midnight. So you wait there for like 6 hours. And then they start handing out tickets to
To
the show,
maybe
to the
not
next
get
day.
it, though.
And you might only get a show for the dress rehearsal at like 8:30.
Yeah.
Not even like the
actual
like,
show.
Actual
And again,
one.
keep in mind, from what I'm understanding,
This
I
also
actually-
people
That's
should.
what you get for free in New York.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
They make you work
They
for
don't
it.
even let you pick your show.
Yeah.
Like you could get
Oh,
like
with the
Dua
email.
Lipa or like a comedian you've never heard of.
Oh,
Like,
no.
The range there is is so
So
wild.
that
wild.
is so
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. So, but I would love to.
Yeah,
see it
that
one
sounds
day.
like a lot of work. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Not a clue that
And
was
maybe
the
they'll even look
process.
into the audience and be like, that girl looks so funny and so pretty. Get her
No.
up here.
That's
my dream.
That's honestly what I fear would happen because like I can't lose.
That's probably
her.
why they're keeping
like
me
I
from...
what if this whole time it was my ruse? I'm like the minute Megan goes to the show, she's gonna be scouted.
You actually
or
created the
married.
10 a.m. process.
They
You're
came
like,
to me,
you sent me a fake
and
link.
they
I'm
said,
like,
Chandler,
oh, they
what do you
never...
think we should do?
Yeah.
But yeah, we
Anyway,
haven't
the people
done
that work in that show are incredibly talented.
Yeah.
I've never
Oh,
worked
yeah.
in comedy ever, but it would be
No.
cool if I got to be on that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would.
Career pivot. Anyway.
Love that. I don't know how we got. We were just talking about New York, and you guys decided to go.
you
don't
asked
know
if we
how
were gonna,
long.
like, leave.
How
Yeah.
long.
Oh, yeah, we don't really know. I don't think.
Sorry.
You don't
if
have
we
to
would
know.
go to use
Right.
the language of the pod.
Right.
Would
right.
we go? Eventually, we'll be forced to go.
We might be forced to
Wait,
go.
financial.
What if we're forced to stay?
Financial
Wait, what if we
force.
get forced to stay?
By who?
I don't know, like, what if we, like, find, like, a... I don't know.
She was going nowhere with that.
I was going nowhere with that. I'm just, like... I guess I'm just picturing... I'm like, what are reasons that other people stay in
right,
places?
right.
Love.
And sometimes it's, like, love. And I'm like, what
We're
if, like,
already in love.
a rich
Check.
person fell in love with us? And they were
Yeah.
like,
As a couple.
stay.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, let's interrogate that. So, who would the rich person be in your mind?
Well, we don't know.
Yeah, we
They're
don't
just
know.
an unidentified.
I thought you meant like a celebrity.
Oh, a celeb. It's someone on SNL.
It's Jodie Foster.
Yeah.
It's Jodie
It's
Foster.
Jodie Foster, and she
It's
falls
Michael
in love with
Longfellow.
us. Yeah.
Very different. Two different people.
Let's take a moment to say Megan and I's respective celebrity crushes are Jodie Foster at her current age.
Currently.
I don't want young Jodie Foster. I want this Jodie Foster.
Shout out
She
to
gets
Naiad.
hotter every day. And if you're listening to this, Jodie, you get hotter every day. Megan,
I believe that also. I just want to say.
Michael Longfellow.
Yeah, SNL cast member. I just have recently realized, like, that's
Yeah.
my, like, SNL crush.
Let me see.
And that's bisexuality.
Yeah,
Honestly.
no, it's important to
It's Jodie
represent both
Foster
sides.
and Michael Longfellow. Yeah, yeah.
Or any in the middle
Michael?
too.
And in the middle. And anything else, actually.
Actually,
So I
there's
don't think
no.
it just is what being bi is. It's everything.
Oh, he's cute. I didn't know who. This is a newer cast member. Has to be Michael Longfellow.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
adorable.
Yeah.
Absolutely adorable.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So it's probably not him. It probably is Jodie Foster. Well, Jodie's happily married.
Yeah, yeah.
We're not breaking up people's.
No, I would never.
But I
Unless
think
they-
whoever does marry us collectively is probably really good friends with Jodie.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't you think?
we
Like,
could
we
be
get into that
couples
circle.
friends.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyway,
Oh my god.
we started doing that a lot lately.
getting scary a little.
I wonder if you guys listening think that they are like twins telepathically because you're totally like on the same cues with your speech and with your looks and with everything.
Oh, that's such a compliment because you're so beautiful.
Wait, no, it's a different one because you're so smart and pretty.
What up, twin?
Mary, that's a part of one of Nate's new songs. Shout out
That's just like a
Mary Kate and Ashley.
thing.
Hold up.
Oh.
Yeah.
What up, twin?
Yeah,
Tween?
that's like a
Like middle,
twin.
Like what up, twin?
Twin.
Oh, I thought you meant like teen between like a
Teenager?
tween is like a young teenager.
No.
Like
Oh,
a 14-year-old is
We're
a
not
tween.
calling on teenagers.
No, yeah. Everybody just calls each other twin.
Yeah, like
That's
your
good to
friend.
know.
Yeah.
We're learning more and more
You
about
guys can
Atlanta
call
by
each
the
other
second.
twin. And
It's like
your
that
other
song,
friend's twin.
Where have you been?
Yeah.
That you love.
Yes, the TikTok song. I don't know the name
When
of
did
it.
you talk about this?
Nobody.
You were
knows
here.
me.
Oh, yeah.
We're at the bar.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't know it was
Yeah.
called that.
Yeah.
Oh, that we don't know what
We
it's
don't know
called.
what it's called. But she just knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jenna
Yeah.
just said she really liked that song.
Because
No,
it's
you
just
do.
catchy.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
great. Shout out to that girl who sings
Yeah.
that.
Sorry,
I love
also, obviously you're allowed to talk to each other without me.
it. Yeah, Megan felt
Megan's like,
FOMO.
when did you say that?
She was like, where was
Like,
I?
Megan, you were 2 feet away.
I was like, I know I went to the bathroom for 2 minutes during a timeout.
I
Why'd you
missed
talk?
out on so much.
I must
Yeah.
have missed something.
No, FOMO's real. I know that's real for you too. Is it the same for you, Chandler?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I'm getting better with age.
Yeah.
Just because I'm like, you physically can't go everywhere.
Right,
Everything
right.
everywhere all at once. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
It's
pretty
hard.
bad.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I feel that.
I just like love so many people.
Right.
And so many things seem cool and fun to do.
And you don't wanna
And
miss
so
out.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Just wanna do
if
it
you have
all.
to do all those things.
I know.
Yeah.
But money, it all
Yeah.
comes back.
Oh, money. I think that's also kind of related to like, would you stay? I think a question I get a lot. Jen and I are from a very small town where
Very.
people have like
That's where they
lived
settle
there
down
forever.
and have the
like
families.
my family lives there because they all like my great grandparents came over from Ireland, and my family has just stayed there since. So like. And that's, I feel like,
It's
so
just
many people's,
safe.
like,
It's
stories.
just simple and
it's
safe.
beautiful. Like, growing up in a place like that is, like, so lovely.
Yeah.
Like, sense of community and, like, knowing so many people and everyone feeling connected, like, through generations.
Right.
Like, it's so cool. And I have friends my age now, our age, that, like, are living there now as adults.
Yeah.
And, like, my older family members that still live there, some will, like, ask me if I'm coming back to Dunmore. One of my, like, great aunts is like, everyone ends up back here, Megan.
I know. They, like, all do
and
that.
I'm like, I don't know. Like,
Not
it just,
everybody.
like, doesn't feel, like, necessarily in the cards for me. But I think sometimes now that, like, my family's there and, like, I have, like, friends that live there, too. I'm
Right.
like, oh, like, I could see a version of, like, life that exists there.
Yeah.
Because I lived there for 18 years. And,
Right.
like, those are, like, the most, your formative
Yeah.
years. And I think sometimes there is, like, a feeling of FOMO there just because I, like, love my family so much.
Same. Yeah. I hate missing
and, like,
out
my,
on
like,
things.
friends, like, but I, like, love the life we've built in like, it never is, like, pulling me so much.
Right.
But, like, I think just really what's beautiful about that is, like, I love getting to go home. And I
Yeah.
love living in a city that's, like, a 2.5 hour drive from Dunmore. So cool
Right.
that, and, like, Chandler's gotten to come to Dunmore so many times, which
Yeah.
is awesome.
I would love to hear, like, what was your first impression of Dunmore, Pennsylvania?
Whoa. So, yeah, it was. I think Dunmore and I have a very different relationship now than we did at first.
Oh, yeah, you've
Always has
grown.
been good.
Yeah.
But I think at first, I just don't have the same, like, kinship to my hometown. So
Right.
it's interesting going to a space that, like, Megan loves so much. I've
Yeah.
heard so much about.
Right.
Like, obviously, I adore and love my parents who still
Yeah.
live in my hometown, and that's, like, about as deep as it gets for me.
Yeah.
You know, like, if they were to move somewhere else, my love would move because that's them,
That's
you
them.
know?
Right.
So it's not like I, like, dream about it and, like, kind of, like, have this, like, deep connection to it. So I heard so much, and when I went, I was like, whoa, like, so superficial, but I was like, everyone knows so much about Dunmore here. Like, just the, like, shared community language is so interesting in Dunmore, because it's like, oh yeah, you know, Jimmy Alfinazzi over on Elm Street.
Yeah.
His grandpa's name is Joe, and
Yeah.
Joe had a dog named Steve, and they all go to the grocery store
Literally
on
Nate.
Sundays. And yeah, well, Jimmy, when he went with Stacy, and you're like, there's so many characters, I've lost the plot. Like, and it's
You
not.
can't go on a walk without like somebody stopping
Yes.
that, you know, like, oh, what's up?
Yeah.
Megan, like,
Well,
Yeah.
we've been on a walk one time.
Yeah.
It's like 3 different people.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, we're just on a walk.
You're like, let
I
us.
took him to the Dunmore
They're
Cemetery.
unrelenting. It's amazing.
Well, then when
They, like-
there's, like,
We went to Sherwood before. We went to Cinemark and we ran into like 3
Yeah,
different people.
yeah.
Like it's always
It's so fun.
cool.
It's so
like, yeah, that,
crazy.
like, sense of community is so fun. But, like,
Right.
yeah,
But it
for
can be
someone
a
that's not
lot,
from there,
yeah.
that's, like, wild.
I think it was like a good a lot, where I
Yeah.
was like, this is honestly something that like I always dreamed of as a kid, having like this
Right.
type of relationship with my hometown and this type of relationship with like
Yeah.
family, friends, and having this big kind of like extended space, and like grass is always greener, right? Like I, think I had so many things because I had such a like small, close circle in Oxford, which is my hometown, its name, in Ohio. Shout out Oxford for those who are listening.
Yes.
And yeah, so I felt very honored, and also it was like very silly. Like I had like bits with myself. I was
Yes.
like, how many times will they mention wing bites
Yeah.
today? Let me count them, and I would make a little bet, be like
Yeah.
14. I'd be like, oh, only 13. Like I was just doing that alone.
Yeah.
you know?
That's incredible.
Meg
That's
doesn't even know
amazing.
that.
I don't even know that.
My
Yeah.
favorite bet was I was like, I'm gonna pretend that I like have been to Buddy Clark's before when I'm in Buddy Clark's,
Yes.
like which is a hometown. I can explain it.
Yeah.
A hometown bar in Dunmore.
I literally had never been there until Megan and I went for Thanksgiving or Christmas 2 years ago. I
Oh my gosh,
forget.
my dad picked us up in the bus.
Yeah.
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 I'm a frequent flyer.
I
I'll be
don't.
honest.
I just like.
I don't even live in Dunmore in my.
Yeah, I didn't really do much like bar scenes in my hometown. It was all just college stuff when I was in college. And then when I came back, camera's broken, dead, dying. Are we back?
Yeah, we're back.
Oh, we're back. Hello.
Hello.
You just got a little, what is that called? Like song association. That's what you just did. 'Cause we were
Yes, that's such a
talking
fun.
about Quiet on Set, and then you started singing a song called Quiet on Set. Yeah, fun.
Fun.
Anyway, we haven't seen the documentary of Quiet on Set, but before we took a little pause. I'm gonna go back. We were just talking about Buddy Clark's and going out, and I was just saying I didn't really go out like in Scranton and Dunmore since I was 21, like because I was in college, and then I came back, and then it was COVID, and so then I just didn't really. Then I moved here, so it was just like I didn't experience Buddy Clark's like that until I came back for Thanksgiving last year.
Yeah. What were your thoughts?
It was overwhelming.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people that were grades
night
below
is
me,
wild to
under
be.
me, same. And I was like, whoa, do they hate me? Do they not? Do they want to talk to me? Do they not? That's that's the problem with Dunmore. Like, I love it, but there's also, it's so cliquey. And so, like, if you're not a part of this group, then you're not cool. And all these people get along and go out to the bars together. And it's just, yeah. So that's... I love you, Dunmore, and all the people there, but you give off some judgmental vibes at times.
Yeah. It's a lot when, like, everyone knows everything.
Yeah.
Even, like, that, like, bit you were saying about, like, how
everyone's
connected to, like, whatever. It's like,
I feel like
that
you broke.
totally is. Like, I remember being a kid and would, like, say something, like, not just anything. I could be like, oh, this kid in my class painted a purple unicorn today.
Right.
And my grandma would be like, oh, yeah, and... Jack, does their uncle live down the street over here? And it's just like, oh, so if that's what my family does, it's definitely what other people are doing all the time too. And so it's just like, oh my gosh, and then you are known as yourself, but also as your whole family. And like that just like is so much. Like I think sometimes I don't think about that either.
Shit makes me self-conscious.
Same.
With music.
Yes.
So like, because I make music.
Spoiler alert. Those that listen to this podcast. I love you.
I'll collab with somebody, and my mom will like go check out that person's music and be like, I don't like this about him.
Judging.
No way.
Why are you collabing with this person? He's trash.
Shout out Rose.
Like she will
Rose
just tear
knows.
apart an artist. I'm like, so do those parents?
yeah.
So it makes me like want to be better all the time because I'm like,
Yeah.
I gotta be better than these people that I collab with because my mom doesn't.
Yeah.
Right, and
That's
are all
wild.
those kids and people's families making fun of me?
Yeah.
That's
I think
scary.
it also is just like that's like a funny piece of thinking about like maybe like living there again one day and what that
Right.
means because it's like, oh yeah, like everyone when everyone like knows you and like knows this like person you've been when you've lived there, but like
Right.
we are all growing and changing
And
as
you
people all
come
the time.
back
but
from a
sometimes it's like, oh
different
wait, but I
place.
was like this person, like I was this whatever person in high school and did all these
I was on
things.
the golf team.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, you were.
I wasn't. I tried to be on the golf
Shout out.
team.
Yeah.
But I
Volleyball,
wasn't
though.
allowed.
Volleyball
I was playing
queen.
volleyball. But I tried to do 2 sports in one season, but that got shut down.
Yeah. They don't let people do that.
But shout out to the sport of golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just like, that is sometimes an aspect of it that just like gets overwhelming.
Yeah.
But I think it's like, when I like look back on like childhood and think of like the sense of community, it like does feel overwhelmingly positive to me. And I
Yeah.
also think because I have like so much family there, it's
Right.
like such big like family vibes. And then even like our families are like, it's so sick. I know literally every person in your family.
Yeah.
And it's because we all just lived in that town and like that's so cool.
Yeah.
But then it's
Yeah.
just like if everyone knows everyone and everyone's family everywhere, like
Yeah.
even if there's not like even if like you don't feel like people are imparting judgment on you, just like everyone knowing everything about you all the time could be overwhelming.
Yeah.
Even if it's not like in a judgy way.
Yeah.
I so feel that. I rarely go back to my hometown, except to see my parents. Shout
Yeah.
out Gene and Joanne. Love
Yes,
you so
I love
much. You're
you.
the coolest people on planet Earth. And I feel like I feel the same energy. Like I actually, for the first time, went to my hometown bar like ever as an adult last year.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm not ready to do this until I'm
No.
ready to do this.
Yeah.
And very similarly, I mean, like I was not like a cool kid in high school. I was not like part
Yeah.
like when it's the same in
Right.
like in my community where it's like there definitely were these different groups where it was like in, out.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm nervous to see all these people. And I think there's something for me at least, was so powerful about going back and being like, yeah, like I'm this version of Chandler who is so much more self-assured, who is like so different, who is like, you know, all these different identity things now, who is like out, who is, you know, so much happier. And it feels very like gratifying to go back and like
Right.
hold a space with that version of your identity showing
Right.
up. And I think it's wild to think about like your hometown as like kind of a time capsule that you get to like continue living within. For better, for worse, right?
Yeah,
you have like all
right.
these amazing memories and then you have like these
Yeah.
feelings that aren't so amazing
Right.
that still come back to you as an
Yes.
adult and you're like, whoa, I'm holding both of these.
Yeah.
And also drinking with people from high school who look so old and you just bought a house. Like, what does that mean? Like,
Right.
so much to hold. I think Buddy Clark's is funny for me to go to because I'm like, none of these are my people.
Right.
But I so understand the feeling of like, this could be my
Yeah.
hometown
Yeah.
easily. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's so
Lack of
interesting.
grain, though.
But no feed. No feed. I'm going to go back and be like, like, y'all are missing out on feed. Okay?
Like, what?
It is clear you don't have any feed up in Buddy
You should say that
Clark.
the next time we go.
I will.
That's
Where
hilarious.
is the feed?
Where's the
There's
feed?
the
Where are you
feed.
keeping the feed? And
Yeah.
what are you feeding your cows?
What are you?
Because clearly it's not very good.
Not
Are
very
you a
good.
part of the world food supply or not?
Or not. And if you really want to get in Ohio and going, just ask them about organic farming. Like
Yeah.
pro or against. Not me. I don't look. I don't pretend to know.
Look.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
No, but I feel like when I think about if I were to ever move back to Dunmore, I feel like people that have lived there and stayed there would be judgmental. Like, well, you left. Why'd you come back?
Really?
You know, like that
Like
vibe.
people our age or
Like,
like
yeah, like-
generations above us?
I mean, maybe both. Not both. My grandparents and family would be thrilled.
Yeah.
Right.
I was
They're
gonna say
They're not
they
going to
will.
judge. No.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But, like, other people, I feel like, I don't know. I think about that. If, like, I came back, it'd be like, oh, did you fail then at living somewhere else? You know what I mean? Like, it would be a thing of, like, a lack of success or, oh, you tried but didn't work out. Like, it's better here.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know. That's just something I think about, too.
Yeah. That's
Hopefully none of
interesting.
you guys do think that. Listen.
Yeah,
And I'm not
yeah.
talking about any specific person, but I just
Sure.
think people that, like, yeah, do stay and they love staying there. I feel like sometimes in this podcast it gives off the vibe that I'm judging people staying in their hometown. It's not. It's the opposite. I love Dunmore. I love my hometown. But I wanted to try something else.
Yeah.
Right? And I wanted to see what that was like because I could always go back if I needed
yeah.
to.
Yeah.
So I just feel like some people feel like, oh, you're too good for us, you left type vibe.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And maybe that's also just like where you are.
It's
at now
also
with,
my
like,
mental insecurity.
Yeah, but I'm also like, I mean, the reason you made like moving to Atlanta was like such a big leap for you, right? Because you
Yes.
hadn't like lived out of the state before and like
Right.
doing all these things, and so maybe the way like you frame that in your mind is you're like, I really want to make this work,
Right.
and so if it ends up not working, that's just like maybe gonna feel like a blow to you, and so then maybe that's like that's why it's like framed
Right.
like that in your mind,
Right.
but like.
No.
Yeah, like it also could be like just like the right decision for you or like super empowering to like make the choice to like go back to a place. But that just I don't know. That just like makes sense for like the like your motivation for going to Atlanta
Right.
and like what you're feeling internally right now.
I love this therapy session.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, my final 2 cents is also like a place makes you feel away because it is away. Like there's
Right.
always
Yeah.
a reason to feel uncomfortable with something that's not
Yeah.
just you being insecure. A place can be so many things. It can be so beautiful and cozy and feel like home and also make you feel like a little judged and weird sometimes.
Yeah.
Like that is home. Home's not supposed to be one note.
No.
You know, so to give yourself credit of like,
Thank you,
sure, there's a
Chandler.
reason.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Cute, guys.
Yeah. And I think
Therapy.
something
Love
that
it.
we want to say.
I'm the
Shout out to our
therapist here.
therapist. That made us so
just 3
well
girls.
developed. Yeah.
Yeah, that also just like when if thinking about like staying or going in Brooklyn right now, like what Chandler said just made me think to also like on this note, is like the feeling that like Brooklyn gives me as a person is like I just like feel like this sense of like freedom. I'm like I could like be like the fullest like version of Megan and
Right.
like really be, and I'm like I don't know if that's just like becoming more of an adult and learning and growing and whatever, but like in this place I
Right.
really feel like because it's like I don't know, and then it's the opposite of Dunmore in that way where it's like it's so anonymous.
Right.
And like so many people are just like being themselves
Right.
and fully doing their thing and it's like, oh, I'm like gonna do that too. And like that's so fun and so cool. And especially like as a like queer person, like being in a space that's like there's like so much queer history and culture and people, like queer people everywhere. It's like that rocks.
Yeah.
And
Shout
so
out.
shout
Shout
out.
out to queer
Shout out to
people.
queer people. I love being
Yes.
bi.
Especially you, Jodie Foster.
Especially Jodie Foster.
Jodie, are you listening?
Oh my god, Jodie Foster.
Oh my god. The title of this episode is going to be Jodie
Jodie
Foster.
Foster, do you hear me?
Do you hear me? Um,
Sorry, not to
but
water
yeah,
that down. That
no.
was so beautiful.
Oh my
I
gosh,
couldn't
no.
agree more.
Water it down. No, honestly,
Water it up.
Naiad joke, first of all.
First of all, everyone stream Naiad on Netflix. It's the best
Literally,
movie of all
duh.
time.
Stream what?
Naiad.
Naiad. Have you seen
It's
it?
Jodie's
No.
most recent movie.
Oh.
That's
but-
where the hyperfixation for me started.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's about Diana Naiad, real life person.
Okay.
Who in 2013, at the age of 60, a little over 60,
Yeah, 60 something.
swam from Cuba to Florida.
Oh,
Free
I feel like
swim.
I heard of that.
Open
I heard of
ocean.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
With
what they
the
made a movie
jellyfish,
about it.
with the
Right.
sharks.
Yes.
I know, absolutely
60
not.
hours nonstop
Yeah, that's
movement swimming.
crazy.
Yeah.
I saw a trailer for that. I didn't realize that's what it was. I have to watch that.
Yeah.
because
Love it
it's
so much.
terrifying.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could never. People are insane.
People are
so cool.
athletic.
Yeah,
It's
that
so
too.
cool.
So athletic. I just
Wow.
run my silly little miles.
Yeah, but that's impressive. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Wow.
I can't wait till the pod is gonna hear all your leg claps.
Oh my gosh. I'm such a hand talker.
Yes. I love it though.
I just gesture a
Yeah,
lot.
it's good.
I'm just so excited to talk.
Yeah, I know.
My whole body into it.
I hope everybody's enjoying just all of our banter and chat. What else can we talk about? What else, Stergo? What else?
To stay or to go.
I mean, I have your questions, but I like to save that when we know, like, we're done with the meat of the stuff. So
Oh, yeah.
I feel like you wanted to talk about staying and going and then going back. You were saying come back from a relationship because were you talking about us, like how we came back to each other?
Oh,
type vibe?
wait, that's really sweet. I specifically was thinking about your grandpa giving me candy, but also we could talk about that.
Well, first now you have
Because I
to
was thinking
explain
of
to
it a
the
silly
people
way.
about the
Yeah,
candy
yeah.
from my grandfather.
So let me tell you. Oh my gosh, it's so sweet. So, Jenna and her older brother and me and my younger brother. There was one summer that we all went to a baseball camp together
St.
at a
Anthony's.
local park, St. Anthony's.
Yep, shout out.
Shout out. And our grandparents lived like next. So we would go to camp in the morning. And I specifically remember part of that camp. That was the first time I learned how to slide because we'd do it on the cardboard boxes.
Oh, yes!
You remember that?
I
Yeah.
hate.
Jenna and
that
I
was
were
so
softball
stressful.
stars as kids.
Yeah, we were. And then we
Stars
didn't-
is a hard
then
word for me.
we didn't make it to the varsity team.
Yeah, that's okay. But then I started running track, and look at me now.
Yeah, look at you now. You're track star. Queen. Literally.
But that was a stay or go high school version.
Oh,
Literally.
yeah.
Think about it. Like us making that decision.
Yeah.
At different times. You made it a year before me.
Well, right.
But-
That's how I talked about my first episode, how
Yeah.
I decided to do band and drama club after I didn't make the softball team.
Yeah.
I was like, go. I'm
Yeah.
going to do that because I'm not going to sit on the bench all 4 years as a
Yeah.
varsity team.
Yeah.
So I had so much fun, made so many friends, and yeah, the rest
Look
is
at that.
history.
The rest is history. But anyway, back to the story about
Tootsie
Jenna's
Rolls.
grandpa giving me Tootsie Rolls specifically. Spoiler alert, the candy was Tootsie Rolls. But we would walk home from this park because for those of you listening who aren't from Dunmore, there's like 2 like really main roads in Dunmore. If you think of a kid walking back and forth.
What did I say? They always start with the roads.
The road.
The Dunmore stories always start with the roads.
I feel like the
roads.
geography maybe matters. So there was this
Drinker Street.
Yeah, so Jenna and I lived on the other side of Drinker Street than this park, so there was no way in hell that we were going to
allowed to cross
the main
it.
road and get back to our own home. So we were just going to our grandparents after this after
they lived on the
because they
correct
lived on the
side.
correct side of Drinker Street.
Yes.
Both of them kind of right next to each other, but separated by a gas station, which is where our dads grew up, and that's why they were best pals
Buddies.
because they were neighbors.
That's so cool.
Buddies.
Cute.
Cute, fun, awesome. So we would get back to me and Billy would get back to my grandma's, and then you had to walk past a gas station that is kind of a precarious part of the street if you're like a 10-year-old, I guess.
Yeah.
Even as an adult now,
It
sometimes
is.
I try to cross that part of the street, and it's just like,
Yeah.
it's just tough that it's like a gas station and a busy road, so like it's just hard, whatever.
Yeah, people could just turn
Yes.
in and hit you
Yes.
accidentally.
So,
gosh.
so my
Bad vibes.
Yeah.
my noni, my grandma, would be like, you should like walk with Jenna over there, but like Billy has to come with you too because you can't walk by yourself. And so then we would walk with you and Dave. Can I say
Yeah.
your brother's name?
Yeah.
You're not gonna-
No, David is a disgrace. No.
we would walk with you and David to your grandparents, and just like so briefly, just to get you over there. And every time we'd walk in, we'd be like, okay, just like dropping Jenna and David off, and then your grandpa would be like, wait, Megan, you want a Tootsie Roll? And I'd be like, oh my gosh, yes. And you'd like open a drawer in like their like
I don't even.
chest.
Oh, okay.
Yes, like
in the China.
the China's
cabinet.
above
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
You'd open that drawer and it would be like filled with Tootsie Rolls.
Whoa.
And he'd be like, here you go. One time we came home and there were Krispy Kreme donuts, and I was like,
In the drawer?
no.
No.
That would be epic.
Yeah.
No, but I just remember I was
Surprise,
like, it just felt so fun and cute because I was like this, and also Jenna as a child was quite the picky eater,
Still
but she
am, still
loved
am.
Tootsie Rolls. So I was like, this is like her and her grandpa's like cute little thing, and I'm getting offered a Tootsie Roll. Like, rock on.
Everybody had them. Margie had them too.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Everybody
Marge.
had Tootsies for me.
Yes, yes. So I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm like basically getting a Tootsie Roll from Jenna's secret stash from her grandpa.
Nate
Also,
hates how
Jenna's
much
grandpa's
I
kind of a man of few words. So I'm like, the
Very
fact that he's like
really.
chatting me up to give me a Tootsie Roll rocks.
Yeah. Yeah.
He just basically felt like my grandpa also
Yeah.
because our families were so close. And so that was so sweet and nice.
Yeah.
And then Billy and I would walk back
Yeah.
to
So long story short.
Long story short, I was like, before we started the pod, I was like, Jenna, so we have stay and go as concepts, as words, as things.
Who's even to say
Are
what
they?
they are?
Who?
Who's to stay? Who's to go?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, who get, right.
No,
we get
exact-
so
and
meta,
look,
like,
yeah, we
who
could really
decides if
expand
stay or
on
goes,
that.
stays or goes, you know what I mean? So I was like, is there like a phrase or term you use for when something like existed in the past and now you want it to come back? And I was like, I'm specifically asking you this because I would love to have more like Tootsie Rolls in my life.
Yes.
And I guess as an adult I could just buy them.
could.
But I'm like, it's so fun to like have someone that like loves you or you love give you
one.
something. Like that's so nice.
Yeah.
Also, wait.
Little candy jars.
A shout out first, Jenna. I think your nickname should be Tootsie at some point.
Oh,
From
yeah.
the Tootsie Roll.
No, it really should.
That's such a stripper.
It is a stripper name.
but again, is that bad?
no.
That's kind of sick.
We've talked about another stripper name of mine on like the second episode with Jessica or
Care to
McCool.
share?
Oh my gosh, this keeps coming up. I wonder what that means.
And Adachi's.
Jenna, why does this keep coming up?
Why? What were they? What were my stripper names? It was like, wasn't it like Booty
No, you
Cheeks
said-
Lapaka?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's way different than today.
Wait, that's different. Day and night. Day shift, night shift.
Yeah.
yeah.
You came up with it all. On
Tootsie
your own.
Gives Day.
No, someone, I forget.
Yes, I know, but
We gotta
that's
listen
what it
back.
was.
Yeah.
Booty cheeks Lepak.
Yeah.
Wait, I love that.
I love that.
I'm also
Trips
J-Lo
off the tongue.
2.0.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, also people just call me J-Lo from home, too. Like
Oh, really?
my uncles and stuff.
Oh, because
yeah,
yeah.
Jenna
Lapaka.
Lapaka.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out my last name.
Shout out Lapakas
But
everywhere.
also, like,
Lapakas
Jenna
rise.
Lou, because my confirmation name is Louise.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have a middle name, and all of my uncles always just call me Jenna Lou. It was just like a thing, and then I made it my confirmation
Could
name.
I ask like a biblical question to you?
I might not have an answer, but sure.
Your confirmation name, like as
Yeah.
somebody who's famously
Oh,
unconfirmed,
yeah.
is that like just your middle
So,
name always?
Yeah, so like I was not born with a middle name. My parents didn't give me one. And so your confirmation name is like an added like
Middle name, like an extra?
Yeah, but it's not like written on anything. It's not like government
Oh,
anything.
okay.
It's just
Mhm.
like,
The law
yeah, you
doesn't.
pick a saint that you're going to have as like
You
your...
pick a saint?
Yeah, you pick a
Wait,
saint.
that's kind of sick. Do you get to
Yeah.
like research the saints?
Yeah,
and
that's
pick?
it. Yeah.
We like had to.
Like I was
Oh, it
picking
wasn't a-
I
it
was
wasn't a
picking
question.
Louise no matter what. I was picking Louise no matter what. Like she could have been all against like all the values that I have. But I was picking that name
But
because
she's gonna be
that's
mine.
that's what everyone calls me is Jenna Lou. So I had to.
yeah.
So,
Do you know what this is kind of reminding me of? I actually went to Mass for the first time with Megan and
Yes.
Dunmore recently.
Yes.
Dunmore's such a theme.
Shout out Dunmore Mass service. It was so wildly fun. I had no idea what was going
Fun.
on. I wasn't raised
big
in any
word.
religion. I wasn't raised here or there. Who's to say what's going on? I have my own beliefs. I don't have to get into that. But I'm down to clown at any like organized gathering as long as it's like, you know, safe and like loving and, you know, uplifts everybody's like right to like survive and thrive and be happy and be who they are. So if that is good, I'll go. It seemed like this was going to be good, so I went. And it was awesome. And there was one song specifically that this is reminding me of where they just sang out the names of all the saints.
Oh.
But like every saint. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, that was wild.
It was sick because it's like, oh, this is every, like if you're a saint, you will get a shout out in this song type of thing.
Huh.
I don't know. I just thought that was really cool.
I would
Like,
have to I don't remember.
I think also most of this mass was like sung.
Yeah.
So normally it might
Yeah.
be spoken, but
Yeah.
in this mass it was,
Yeah.
it
was it Catholic?
mass.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all we
but it
got
was
out
really
there.
cool.
Church doesn't bump. I'm baptized Catholic, so I can.
Doesn't, but like in terms of just like the songs.
Yeah.
Dude, them songs do not bump.
Really?
Some
No.
are great.
I don't know, they
One
were
bread,
singing
one
a
body.
lot.
You're joking.
I
That
went
is
to a
a
Christian
certified
church.
banger.
I went to a Christian church just because like a friend invited me to go.
Uh-huh.
Lancaster, what was it?
Lancaster Bible? I don't fucking
Yeah,
know.
Lancaster Christian Bible.
Just made up the name of a
or
church.
something. LCBC it's called.
LCB.
Ooh, that
yeah,
sounds like my bank.
Lancaster
Yeah.
County
LCNB.
Bible Church. I don't know.
Yeah. I
Bible
don't know, but it was
church.
a
You
rock
went.
concert.
It was
No.
like- yeah.
Megan,
It was a whole.
where was that?
It was
That's
a
what my
whole
grandma
ass
was
rock
talking
No,
about.
I've been
She's
to
like, come to
one
mine.
my freshman year with my roommate and my friend and then
I
her
was like,
boyfriend.
what? This
We
is
went
what-
to one where it was like a stage and they like sang.
Wait,
No
whoa.
wonder y'all still be going to church.
But
y'all
wait
go
a
to
s-
concert every Sunday
Wait a
instead of, like,
second. This is
stage
now reminding me. The best church experience I've ever had in my entire life was also with Megan in Chicago.
Oh,
The
yes. Jen and I used to go to
outdoor-
nun camp.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. The outdoor church. Do you remember?
Yes, that was so. That was awesome.
so fun.
That was so awesome. It
They
was
were
just like
so
much
nice.
singing. And my favorite part of any Catholic mass is when everyone says "Peace be with you"
Yes,
to each
and
other.
they all walked
And part is
around.
that's like when they're like the father or like the priest will say like "Peace be with you," and then you say it to each other. So you get to like hug and kiss.
Yeah.
Oh,
Your, like,
okay,
family
yeah.
members.
I didn't
with
know
you.
when that was happening. I was
Yes.
like, what are we
You
whispering
just
to each
say,
other?
Oh, it's just
And then like
with you.
people kept getting, strangers kept getting so close to me.
Yes.
And I was
Oh,
like,
so I guess that
whoa.
could be scary.
Yeah, but there was, I
didn't
remember
warn you.
this little
Yeah,
kid in
okay.
the Chicago mass, and another adult too, but there was a little kid that came around and said, "Peace be with you" to every single person.
It was
in
so
the church.
cute.
That's
it was
what I remember.
awesome.
It was adorable.
And it was outside. And it was so nice out.
Literally
Chicago.
May the 4th.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what. Yo, that's
Chicago
coming
in the
up
summer,
soon,
shout
May
out.
4th.
May 4th.
Yeah,
How are y'all celebrating?
we're gonna have to. Isn't there? There's a new
Star Wars?
There's a new series coming out.
I feel like a nerd. I'm wearing.
He's wearing Millennium Falcon shirt right now.
now. And he's an ornithologist.
Yeah.
Yeah. You love
Nate
birds.
is like multifaceted, like multi-hyphenate.
Are you gonna write a song about birds one day? I hope.
Please.
Or have you? When
Can
I
you
haven't
include
missed
some
it?
real bird calls?
I don't know if you have anything about
You
birds
need to,
specifically.
man.
I can't believe you don't at this point.
Or
Yeah.
about winning second place specifically at the like.
FFA. No, he would get in trouble. Remember?
It's
They
not
would-
a flex.
It's not a.
What do you
flex to
mean?
him.
We're
It's
so
such
impressed.
a flex.
No, I'm saying like it's not a flex. I mean, to like have knowledge.
To have knowledge
I
isn't
don't
a
wanna get
flex.
into this. I can get into
Yeah,
this
yeah.
later.
He'll get off air.
Ah,
He'll get into
alright,
it.
Okay, okay.
He's embarrassed.
But-
Just
Bonus
know this
content for
is a
us,
pro
not only.
bird. This is a pro bird podcast.
Yeah.
Birds scare me. I'll be honest.
Actually,
but
Yeah, Megan.
Yeah,
pro
Megan was
knowledge
always
about
scared.
birds.
Big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, they scare me.
Yeah.
I'm really pro
Swan.
fish right now.
Yeah, Chandler.
He
is.
loves fishing.
Yeah,
Oh.
I fuck with fish.
Like I'm like pro like the aquarium.
You guys didn't go to the Georgia Aquarium?
We should go. They've got some cool fish.
I went 3 times.
No, we went twice, and I'll be going a third time when my family comes here in June.
Did you hear about
I think
Charlotte,
we.
the stingray?
What?
That she like reproduced by herself.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty wild.
I don't know about fish
Powerful.
like that.
No,
I
he
didn't
only
know
knows
they
about
did
like
that.
Yeah.
you know.
Apparently, like
Badass.
no one knew that they could
No
until
one
it
knew.
happened. They were like, "There's no way because she's not in a tank with anyone else who can make that happen."
Yeah.
And so she just had a baby stingray. Yeah,
By
all by
herself.
herself.
How does she decide to do that?
First of all, I like to think she's the ultimate girl boss. She was like, "I don't need anyone else to
Yeah.
get this done.
I'm
just gonna do it myself."
I want a
Gaslight,
baby.
gatekeep,
So
Girl boss.
Girl boss.
Charlotte the Stingray. It was insane. And then they were like, how? Turns out her cells just randomly divided one day to create, like, she was just pregnant. Like, it just happened.
So back to religion. This is
So I've
I
explained
mean,
it.
Jesus
Virgin
is
Mary.
Stingray.
It only took Chandler with her women's studies major from college to figure
figure it
out
out.
the biggest myth.
That's crazy.
No, yeah. It was awesome. You should look it up.
He will.
The one
He
here.
will look it up.
Charlotte the Stingray. Oh, no.
Oh.
She was
She's
in a North Carolina.
Oh, it's
zoo.
pretty
Oh,
close.
in Charlotte. That would make sense.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, see,
yeah.
I didn't even
I
put
thought her
that
first
together.
name was Charlotte.
Same.
Both.
Both.
They named her after.
Genius.
After
What
the-
is
Did it die
wrong
again?
with this camera,
Nothing,
man?
It's just timed out.
Hey. We already hit another
Never
half
mind,
hour.
memory card's full.
Oh, shit.
Aw.
Bro.
No.
Bro.
Holy Trinity. Okay, so bringing it back to religion, Megan and Chandler just said they did a Holy Trinity theme
Icebreaker.
icebreaker.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
So I need to hear your guys. Who are your Holy Trinity?
Meg, would you like to start? You
Yes,
have this ready to go.
So I've answered this question before, and I am sticking with it.
Stick it.
Staying.
Okay.
Dua Lipa,
Yeah.
Katie McCabe, Iowa Beery. So if
I
people
don't know the second person.
Katie McCabe.
Oh,
is
where do we even start? Look.
the best women's soccer player in Ireland.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Shout
she's
out
a
to Ireland.
Shout out to Ireland.
I'm
so aggressively-
What is it?
See real falsha.
Sid Mila Falsha. That's
That
Irish.
means 100,000 welcomes, and my no niece have that hanging up as Irish.
Oh, cute.
My family's Irish Catholic, but
Right.
my family has lived in Dunmore, Pennsylvania for like over 100 years.
As
but
we've
still.
said.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But yeah, so Katie is like standout player on the Irish women's national team
Got it.
and certified hottie.
Hottie.
Everybody,
Hottie.
look her
Hottie.
up. Look her up if you haven't heard.
So I
Google
love
her.
Katie McCabe, and she also like watching her play soccer is so fun.
Yeah, she's so
She
good.
just like bodies it.
She's
She
like,
rocks.
yeah, she
She's
goes
on-
in.
Yeah,
She's like, you're on the ground. Like, she will knock you over.
You're on the ground now. Yeah.
And you're saying thank you.
If anyone wants to buy me a McCabe jersey, like, you can.
Yeah.
Her DMs are open.
Yeah.
Chandler got me a sick shirt.
I did.
What are those shirts called?
They're called like oh my gosh, they're like the shirts with like celebrities on them, but
like
they're
all
like
faces and they're kind of funny.
bootleg tee,
Bootleg tee
with Katie
Yeah.
I got
McCabe.
my Katie McCabe bootleg tee.
Cute.
She looks so hot on it.
So good.
And who's the third person?
From like Bottoms, Iota Beery.
The bear.
The bear. She's in the bear.
She's in the bear.
Yeah.
She's the host of SNL.
Got it. Yes, yes,
So funny.
yes. She's super cute.
So cutie pie.
Yeah. Love her.
Just awesome. I just want to be her friend.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
maybe
I
one
just
day.
think those 3 people
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
like mean a lot to me.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I don't have to explain who Dua Lipa is.
No.
No. Training season's
It's
over.
over.
We literally.
Season's
It's never been more over. I think
Houdini, the bunny's out of the hat. You know?
I was taking such a deep breath because I was like, I think Io has to be in mine too.
Okay, yeah.
I like when Megan said that earlier when we first talked about this many
Like
weeks
weeks
ago,
ago.
I was like, that's the best answer. Like,
Yeah.
and she's the father to me, if we're being specific.
Oh yeah, I didn't even get into that. You're right.
To me, I think the son, Mae Martin, my favorite comedian.
Okay.
Incredible. Like, just look Mae Martin up. That's all. So
Okay.
funny. Has a podcast called The Handsome Pod.
Oh,
Yes.
I
Yes.
know.
Yes.
Okay, I've
Have you
heard
heard?
of it because I listened to. Oh my gosh, what's the other girl's name? Starts with a T.
Tig
Tig
Notaro.
Notaro.
Love
She
Tig.
she was on Armchair Expert, which I love. listening to
Yes.
Armchair
Yeah,
Expert,
I
and she
love
was
Tig.
talking about promoting
Yeah.
it when it was first coming out.
Okay, perfect.
Got it. Okay.
So funny.
Yeah.
So good. So perfect. And then my final would be Grimace from McDonald's. You know Grimace?
Yeah.
The purple guy?
Yeah.
Like, there's something biblical about him. What is it? I
Is
don't
he
know.
a queer icon, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely.
Soybean oil from Ohio, grain.
Yes.
It's coming together.
It's all that shit. It all gets back to feed. It's all about feed.
I can't decide what this title's gonna be for this podcast.
Oh my
Is
gosh.
it gonna be Jodie Foster? Is it gonna be Feed? Like what?
It could be, and
could
like,
be either.
we have to find a way
Yeah.
to,
I mean, what if it's just like Jodie Foster
Feeds.
eats,
ate. She feed us,
feed
please.
us, mommy.
From the land of the feed.
All of the feed.
I don't know what's going
Okay,
on.
what's
wait,
yours?
who's your
What's
Holy
yours?
Trinity?
Holy
So, like-
Nate, I think you should probably answer too.
A Holy Trinity is like your top 3 people,
I
basically.
like Dua Lipa a lot.
Yeah, he does.
So like, what is the Holy Trinity?
Like Father,
Father,
Son,
Son,
Holy
Holy
Spirit.
Father, Son,
You
and
know
Holy
that-
Spirit.
Yes, I know that. but-
No, so it's saying like
So who's your
Y'all
personal?
named Grimace.
no,
I stand by it.
no.
Wow.
So
I
they're saying
stand by it.
like like your people that you like praise at that standard, basically.
Like, you know, when they're like, in the spirit of the
I'm gonna
Father.
get canceled.
Oh, is it Kanye?
Kanye
Yeah.
is number one.
You don't have to. It's
Uh,
okay. He loves Kanye. He loves his music. Loves him. It is what it is. I hate cancel culture. We've talked about this on podcast before. No one should be canceled.
Mine are all gonna
Yeah,
be
that's normal. that's your
that
thing.
is probably
Your
makes
Holy
sense
Trinity.
because
Your
that's
thing.
That's you.
Yeah. So we got Kanye. Okay. Who else?
Y'all put me on the spot. Now you gotta say one because I got
Taylor. Duh.
Oh, we're going 1 for 1.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this is fun.
Yeah. And Taylor versus Kanye. Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
They don't hate each other. though.
They don't. It's
Yeah.
it's over. It's fine. They don't even associate. They're
Yeah.
chilling. I mean, my second one would probably be Harry Styles, or more specifically, One Direction.
Mm.
Yeah, that was a time in my life that was the happiest.
They're all
human
one. They're
ever.
all like the Father
yeah,
collectively.
yes.
Collectively, the Father.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even think about like a group.
Yeah.
either.
Well,
Could
that's
be
what, when
one.
you originally asked that, I was actually thinking, could it be more of a spirit, like a, not spiritual, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but like
a concept.
a thing.
Yes.
Like the show Big
Sure.
Brother.
I mean,
for me.
again,
Sure.
you're answering for yourself.
This is
Right.
all about you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, if I had to tell you all the things I like.
She said Grimace, bro.
Look and look. Should I
Whoa.
unpack it more?
No.
Once.
I'm just saying, like,
One
could be
time,
anything,
it
and she
could.
can say Grimace.
Someone
Right,
approached
okay.
me, a child, first of all. So this child was young, 9 years old, and they said, Chandler, and I said, what? And they said, you kind of remind me of Grimace. And I said, literally, what does that mean?
They came up to you out of nowhere.
They
came
did. They
running.
ran up to me at camp. It was when I was at a summer camp, and they ran up to me and they said, you kind of remind me of Grimace. And I said, why? And they said, because you're fun like him, and you wear sunglasses and really baggy clothes. And I said, wrong on. And ever since then, I've been like, Grimace deserves More credit.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
I'm happy we unpacked that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that was good.
Yeah.
I love Grimace.
Grimace keeps coming up because we
Why?
were at a
Where?
party where there was
Cool.
kids.
We got
Kids
our
love
our
Grimace.
toddler friends, yes.
And they were,
Shout
they
out.
were
Toddler
playing around
besties.
with a Grimace toy. And
Oh,
I'm like,
they were?
That's from like the 90s. Like,
Yeah.
A toy?
Yeah.
Like a stuffed
What?
animal.
I want that.
Grimace.
Oh.
And
A
it came
stuffed
with
animal.
a game and an app that she was trying to show me on the
Where was
iPad.
I? What? Whose house were you at?
It was Jasmine's kid.
Oh, Nevaeh. Shout out.
She was
Shout out.
she was
Nevaeh,
like,
I
"What's
I
this
see you."
Grimace?" I'm like, Grimace. Like, Grimace is old. you know what I mean? I was like,
Grimace is here.
Grimace is
Grimace
back.
is back. He's
Is
Is Grimace in the room with us?
Grimace. Where is Grimace?
Wait, so Jen, are your three
Okay.
Big Brother, Harry
So-
Styles,
so-
Taylor Swift?
Okay, so like that's what
Or
I'm
not
like,
Harry.
I
one
feel like
second.
picking 3 total is really hard. So
No,
if I'm gonna
exactly.
stick with
It's not meant to
people-
be easy.
If
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
like,
pick people to not make it hard and pull in other things, it would be Taylor, One Direction,
Mhm.
and
as a
then
unit.
Grimace.
Yeah.
Say it.
because Harry's still involved in that. No, Grimace means nothing to me. I didn't even know who Grimace was when you guys brought it up. I was like, what? Okay, because I'm thinking like the Philadelphia.
Eagles.
I'm thinking
Phillies.
of their
Don
mascot.
Staley.
No, Ooh,
Gritty.
no. Gritty.
For-
That's
yeah,
who
yeah.
I was thinking
Gritty.
of. I'm like, who? I'm
They totally
confused.
Copied.
Right.
He's biting
Gritty's,
swag.
yeah.
Yeah.
They look similar, TBH.
Yeah,
And
that's
the
what I'm
Philly
thinking.
fanatic. Like, honestly,
Right.
they all kind of
They
look
do.
similar.
They all are the same.
Grimace is the father of them.
They're
all related.
Those three are the Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
Who would you say is my third? If I
Bruno Mars.
see, I was telling them about Bruno Mars
We were
and
talking
his
about
debt.
Bruno.
I was telling them. Yeah. But anyway, no, I wouldn't. He's not my holy trinity. I don't
I was going to say, very
know.
man heavy then.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah, I
six
have
men.
6 men. One Direction and Bruno Mars. No, it'd probably be. It's like I have to like
You could
look
pick a
back
girl
at
group.
my list here.
I mean, what's speaking to you
I
from
know.
the inside?
Because
you know?
really, that's what I understand.
Yeah, like
know.
it should just, like, my
I
three
know.
came to me.
I mean,
in a
those are
moment of
my
clarity.
two obvious, as always. It's always Taylor Swift and always Harry Styles / One Direction. So I'm like, who else have I idolized and obsessed over? It's not Justin Bieber anymore. I don't really care for him. Yeah. I would say maybe on that trajectory, though, I love Selena Gomez.
Good answer.
She's rare.
Good answer.
Rare beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nate likes her too.
Yeah, good answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, she's a queen. She's a queen.
Wait, fantastic. So
Fantastic.
Selena Gomez, One Direction.
That's a pretty good Holy
Taylor
Trinity
Swift.
because
Yeah.
they've also like dated within the
Yeah.
One
yeah,
Direction.
your Holy Trinity probably should be dating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
I met.
say Steve Irwin.
Oh, that's
yeah,
good.
that's
We've
good
got a-
for you
yeah.
because that's like a
That's
nature
true.
boy.
Speaking of
So you have
stingrays,
Kanye
man.
and Steve Irwin. Okay, so one more. So we got a nature man and a music man. Who
I have
else?
another controversial
A bird.
person.
Wait, I thought
Oh.
you also already kind of, like, we collabed on Dua Lipa, no?
Oh, yeah, Dua Lipa.
You just got excited.
He
but
just
you're
likes
not.
her.
Dua Lipa, though, like,
He loves her.
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, she's
I
great.
like
Yeah.
all her music. I
Yes.
play all her music all the time. She's
Yeah.
probably like her and Ariana Grande.
Yeah, he loves
Are,
Ariana.
like, my favorite women
In the
of
music
the
industry.
Yeah.
landscape.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he still said Jenna when I said name a woman. Think
Mhm.
about that.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah.
Yeah.
He loves
That's
me.
just powerful. I just want to.
Yeah, thank you. He's done a lot of good things, like drive my grandparents 6.5 hours here. We talked
It was
about
Yeah.
not bad at all.
That's good. That's
Were there
good.
any Tootsie Rolls?
No.
Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah, I
'Cause
told my whole
that's-
story.
He wasn't listening at that
All
point.
right.
He was talking about how
Wah,
my
wah.
grandpa used to give her Tootsie Rolls.
that's
Yeah,
right.
okay.
My bad.
Anyway, you're third person, and then we got to get into the 5.
Third person.
Kanye, Steve Irwin.
Yeah, another controversial person, but I'm gonna say Michael Jackson.
Oh, no, we love Michael.
Yeah.
You know, his music is phenom. You know.
Well, it's just like that whole everyone that not just Michael Jackson, but just like his whole
Persona.
Quincy Jones.
Oh. His
all-
production.
Just everything from that like era of music.
Yeah.
Is, like, very,
Yeah.
The whole music era.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, pretty much. But like Michael Jackson, obviously, is like the lead of that.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys are staying quiet, so I don't know what you guys think.
I just don't know anything about that
I don't
era of
either.
music, so I didn't want
Yeah.
to sound.
Okay. I was like,
stupid.
I don't know enough
Yeah.
about
It was like
the
that era,
controversial information. Like people, I don't know
Yeah,
about
sometimes
that.
I feel like I don't know.
I know a lot about
in
that,
general.
but that was also just my job for a while.
Okay.
Oh, right.
Your
Right.
job. What did you?
Yeah, I did like sexual assault advocacy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I worked in that too. I was a sexual
really?
not a sexual therapist as in like with adults, but like sexual assault and abuse kids. Like I worked with them.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait, we should talk offline.
Yeah, we're gonna
Similar
talk off air.
careers.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
do y'all think of Diddy? No.
Not good
Wah, wah.
things. Not at all.
The Diddler.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh
moving
God.
on.
What?
That's a stupid
Jesus
nickname.
Christ. Grimace. I
don't know
Grimace, pull me out.
Get Grimace.
Okay, we're gonna hop in to the stay or
Oh,
go.
game time.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm ready.
I love
okay.
games.
Okay, so we've talked about this a lot today, not on purpose, very indirectly.
Okay.
Sleepaway camps.
Oh. Stay.
Stay,
Stay.
Oh yes,
I've been loving you
I love it.
for quite some
time.
Sleepaway
Okay.
camps is a major stay.
Sleepaway camps. So they were talking. We were at this restaurant or this bar, and we go into the bathroom, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, these are such like camp bathrooms." And I was like, "Okay, whatever." Right?
All right.
I never stayed at a sleepaway camp besides nun camp.
Whoa.
But we were staying in convents,
Right.
That's a stay. That's a go for me.
That's a go for
Everyone
me.
has a very different relationship with sleepaway camp, I feel.
It's always
Based
like-
on the camp you
Is
went
that
Right.
to.
Just like a camp.
It's just a camp where you're overnight. Your parents don't pick you up at the end.
Yeah, there's always
Yeah.
some weird kid, bro.
Were,
I mean,
were you guys the weird kids?
Maybe.
no, I mean like maybe it's a guy thing, but there's always
Yeah.
a weird guy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, what camps did you guys do? What kind of camps?
I famously work at a sleepaway camp full time right now.
That's okay.
But it's only during the summer.
Uh-huh.
And so our camp is pretty specific, though. It's for kids whose parents are diagnosed with cancer. So it's like kind of
yeah.
a different like
right, different vibe.
I
vibe.
was
than-
thinking like Boy Scout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so like that's where my mind goes, and I'm like, stay. It's the best thing in the
Yeah.
entire
Yeah,
world.
yeah.
It's the reason that I get up every day. But I just think, I mean, like I'll remove myself from that. Obviously, I'm biased. But when I was a kid,
No, you should be biased because this is about you answering.
Yeah. It's true.
I'm so biased. I give my whole life to sleepaway camp. That's my job. But when I was a kid, I'm an only child, and so my parents would send me to a lot of sleepaway camps
okay,
because
to
they
have
were like,
social
literally,
interactions.
what do we do with her?
Yeah.
She spent too much time with us.
Yeah.
She needs to
She
meet another
needs to have
child.
kids.
And
Yeah.
I think that like really socialized me. Shout out, like
Yeah.
I'm fully functioning now as
Yes,
an adult. I like
yes.
submitted my taxes. I did my stuff. I think I'm like decently fine to be around.
Yeah.
And that's literally sleepaway camp.
because
did
of that.
that, you know?
Wow.
So
Shout
I
out
just
sleepaway
shout out
camp.
sleepaway camp. The activities are so fun.
Yeah. I love icebreakers.
Oh my gosh, being in the dirt with your pals and like barely showering and eating corn dogs and stargazing and jumping in a lake and
Yes.
like having so many bug bites that you're like, is this okay?
Yeah,
Should I see a doctor?
Right.
How many is too many?
Yeah.
The limit doesn't exist.
See, I'd never really had one besides non camp.
I didn't either. I didn't go to that
Sorry to
kind of
go so
sleepaway
hard.
camp as a kid. No, please go harder.
I'm so
even.
yeah.
I had never been to like that era of sleepaway camp as a kid, the one that Chandler just described.
Yeah.
But in the camp Chandler works for now, we both
Right.
volunteered for when we were in college, and so I got to be a camp counselor
Yes.
at like that kind of camp where it's like you're in the woods and you're like in a little cabin and you're doing all these outdoor activities like all day every day, and it was just so fun because I think also the older I've gotten, the more I'm like, I need to be in nature all the time. And I
Yeah.
love camping and I love being with kids and I love playing games. And I think I just was like, whoa, what if I got to do this when I was a kid? Like that would rock. And then I think of like the camps I did do, the like one, like from the age of like 13 to 18, Jenna and I went to this camp together. That was a like
Nun
service
camp?
camp. It was nun
We
camp.
called it
nun camp because it was run
wasn't
by, like-
actually called that. It was a
It
service
was called the
trip
IHM Summer Service Experience, but we called it nun camp
because
we're
it was
funny.
camp with nuns. Really?
I would love to go.
Yeah,
It
but
is
I
a
think
time.
like the best part of that, right, is like you got to spend a week with these people and you're just like bonding
Yeah,
so hard
that
and like
was
doing
so
all these
fun.
fun things and like the energy when you're just like we're just like 10 girls hanging out all week and doing everything together and
The
like
city
just,
of
like,
girls,
literally the
bro.
city of girls
Yeah.
and just like the natural high you're on by connecting with
I
like
love
peers
it.
and like that is so sick. So like combining that with like being in nature and playing games, like I want to do that as an adult. And I always like tell people, I'm like, one of my other bestest pals, Isabel, shout out to Isabel.
Shout out.
we were recently talking to Isabel's grandma, and we're like, what is our dream? It's to run a summer camp together.
That's
like, that would be
fun.
so sick.
Yeah, you'd make it super fun.
But, I mean, I have no actual skill. Isabel's worked at a camp for years and years and years.
But, like, you
Chandler
have
has so many skills. Obviously, you're
education.
involved in the stream. Chandler has so many skills.
Yeah,
I don't know. But,
you do. You're
like,
good with
summer
kids.
camp just seems
so
good.
fun.
Stay.
Stay.
Just a
Stay.
huge stay.
Stay.
I want to stay forever at
Yeah.
summer camp.
Yeah. I just remember going to see Toy Story 3 and Charlie St. Cloud or whatever.
Yes.
Right?
That's a weird movie.
No, we didn't see Charlie St. It was just
We
the
saw-
poster. But we saw
Toy Story 3.
Toy Story 3.
And then it was just the poster
Right.
in the app.
It was
Or did
coming
we?
out.
I think we saw it.
I don't know if
I think we
did.
saw Charlie
I
St.
think
Cloud.
we did.
I really remember seeing it on the big screen.
I saw it.
Maybe we
Not
did.
there with them.
Yeah.
You weren't with us
you
at
weren't
that
with
game,
us. That's
but
okay. We didn't
we
know
saw
you
it.
yet.
We had so many fun things. We've mentioned it twice.
Yeah. We
Chicago.
mentioned Chicago and the church was
Yeah.
great outside.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
So that's a stay. People in the comments, tell us your
Tell us
great
your-
camp stories or your horror stories at camp, and we'd love to hear that too. Okay, I know. Okay, I don't know this about either of you.
Oh.
Wow.
Mysteries.
Reading a book electronically.
Ooh.
Should we answer at the same time?
Yeah, we can do it at the same time.
1, 2, 3,
go.
Out of here with that.
Out of here.
No Kindles, no audiobooks, no nothing.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm the same way. I hate it.
Yeah.
I love a physical book.
I love holding a book. I love the experience of going
Flipping.
to the library, getting a new book, looking through the aisles. Like, I love the physical experience of it, holding a book. And even I've thought about this a lot lately as someone who lives in New York and reads a lot. And I love reading on the subway.
Yes.
It would be logistically so much easier to have a Kindle, if you
Right.
think about it.
Right.
It's so much easier to carry, whatever.
Right.
Like, I just never actually want to do that. And I'll be literally so honest right now.
Please.
I've never listened to an audiobook.
Me either.
So I can't speak too hardly
have.
on that, but I just have no desire to.
I love podcasts,
reading.
but I don't
I love
know if
podcasts,
I
yeah.
would have the same reaction to listening to a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I add a new perspective.
Okay.
I'm still going. As somebody who doesn't read often, I understand the value. It's just
Right.
not my media.
Right.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
It's okay.
I need social credit for reading a book.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I
Yeah.
would get that if ever. What could she be listening to? I need people to know I'm reading a book.
Yeah.
I need people to be like,
It's for
I saw
clout.
Chandler read that book. She's so smart. She's so pretty. She is so intellectual. It could be any book.
Yeah.
But I just need people to see me reading it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Where
that's
do you
my
think
thought.
that comes from, though? I feel like in the last 2 years, it's like we all have to post about books that we finished because, like, the app came out where people, like, post, like,
Goodreads.
Goodreads. I love Goodreads.
I don't have that.
I don't have it either.
I don't
don't
really
feel like I
care
need it.
about it for
Right.
social reasons. I'll be
Right.
honest. I care about it for me
To know
because it's
how
a fun
much.
way for me to track my books.
Yeah.
Not even necessarily in a like because I'm a very competitive person.
Yeah.
But not even a like I'm trying to hit this book goal, which like
Yeah.
sometimes it feels like that.
Yeah.
And that's fun and cool. But more just like I love going on there and scrolling through and being like, look at all these books I've read. And I like
Yeah.
writing reviews for them. Like
Okay.
Goodreads to me feels more of like I'm documenting it for
For
myself.
yourself, like
Yeah.
journaling,
and
it,
less about
basically.
like what other
Right,
people, like I don't
like,
really go on there to
haha,
look at
look.
like the social feed.
Right now.
And I don't but I like it for me as like a
Okay.
log.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I have noticed a lot more like people like will
What
just
is
post
that?
on their Instagram
I
story. Be
have
like
it.
number 7.
I have a highlight. That's me. That's
Yeah.
literally me.
Yeah.
What
Because
is,
I
so
feel
you
like
answer. What is
I
that?
feel like it became a thing in the last 2 years. And it more so when other people were posting all these books that they finished in a month or in the year, I felt like I was motivated to be like, oh, I don't think I could read that many, but let me see how many I
Yeah.
can read. And I think I did 14 last year, and like the year before that was 10.
Yeah.
So like I amped it up a little bit. But I think, yeah, it's very competitive.
Yeah.
Competitive nature in me. But also it's like you're learning of what other books are like popular right now. So like if someone else posted, I'm like, ooh, I haven't read that yet, but I keep seeing that everywhere, so I want to read that. I think that's also like because I've now posted mine and people are like, oh, didn't you love it? And it's kind of like community too.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, like I think I first and foremost like love reading because I like love reading a story and picturing it in my head. Like something
Right.
about like actually physically reading and that is awesome. But like secondly, and like so close to that is like it is just like also a community builder and helps you connect with more people because if other
Right.
people have read that book, like
Right.
even just like the concept of reading, I feel like
Yeah.
connects people, which is so funny. But like just if people like read a lot of books, like just that alone connects them, and it's like, oh, you read too, and like I don't know why that feels funny, but it like it, and even what you're saying, like for clout, it's like if you get to be like, I read this book, and then you connect with someone else who has read a book, like that's so sick. But even cooler when you get to like talk about
over the
specific
exact book. Yes, fun. So that's
Chandler's vigorously nodding for those of you. That
I just am so agreeing.
Kindles need to go. That's it.
Kindles are going.
Sorry.
See ya.
I mean, they can stay for people that love them and read books off of them.
Oh yeah,
but for us,
from an accessibility standpoint,
Great.
rock and roll.
Right.
Yeah.
But for us,
I want to smell those
Right.
pages.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cloud searching.
And
Yes.
if I think also from a safety standpoint, if I'm stranded and I can
Right.
burn the book for warmth.
Yeah.
also like people are more likely to steal your Kindle than
Than
steal
your book.
That's so true.
That's what I was thinking. If you're on the subway reading like a Kindle, people are
Yeah.
more likely to snag that from you than a book.
And one more thing I want to add is I'm a big annotator when I read,
okay.
even just the books for fun. And I would feel stressed doing that on a Kindle because it doesn't in
Yeah.
the same
You
way.
don't
Like I'm
have
taking
that
notes in the
feeling.
margins, I'm underlining, I'm
Yeah.
highlighting. And then I love like being able to loan that to somebody
Yeah.
so they get to like understand your experience of
Yeah.
reading the book. Sorry.
Interesting. I've never done that. I've
should
never
try.
written in it. Just like when I was doing college textbooks,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
needed to
Right.
take notes, but not like for an enjoyable read.
I haven't done it in a while because I've been reading mostly library books. But,
Yeah, so you can't write.
Because I
them on-
really recently, like a book that I put a lot of tabs in it because I was nervous to write in it, but like a friend now has that book and they're reading
Yeah,
it.
and they love-
and they're like,
yeah.
can I write in it so then I could give it back to you? Because it feels so vulnerable that I know what you thought when you were reading it. So when I give it back to you, you can know what I thought. Like, that's so
Right.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Do that more.
love that.
One more note on this. I know we're
Yes.
talking for so
No,
much.
you're good.
One of the best gifts I've ever received in my life was from Chandler, and it was when we graduated college.
Oh,
Chandler's favorite book in high school was Catcher in the Rye, and I was leaving to go teach high school students. And so Chandler gifted me a copy of Catcher in the Rye, and she highlighted all of her favorite parts, and wrote like a little like note to me at the end about like how I was going off to teach high schoolers, and you can't do that with a Kindle.
You can't do that with a Kindle.
You can't do it with
and I had to read that book to do that. And that was the gift in itself.
Yeah.
I was like, God, I can't believe I'm reading this book.
And then I read it and I loved it because I remember reading it in high school and not really enjoying it.
It's
So
fair.
as an
It's a
adult,
weird
I was
book
like,
to
this
love.
book rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyways,
Love that.
I'm glad you liked that.
Yeah.
Cuties.
Come on, Jen. Shout out.
Okay. Okay.
Sponsor it.
This is going to be, I don't know. I just feel like it needs to be talked about. Selfies.
Think
Same
about it.
I know
reactions.
immediately what my answer is.
Ooh, interesting. I want to try and get you guys on one where you're gonna disagree. But
Yeah,
I
we
haven't
might
gotten
disagree on
there
I
this.
think it might be this.
yet. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we say it on 1, 2, 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3,
stay.
stay.
I really
man.
thought you were gonna say go.
No, I'm into it.
Wait. Okay. Tell us why.
Mine's
you're
Yeah,
short
into
and
that's why.
sweet. I just feel like everybody in my life who like wants to take a selfie with me is like a sweet older member of my family. And I'm like, why would I? Or like a younger, like it's like always for connection. They're like, should we take a selfie? Like it's like a
Ooh,
cute
yeah.
See, you're
connection
thinking
moment.
of it in a different way than I am, though.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of selfies, taking a picture by yourself selfies.
Oh,
Like how
Yeah,
people
I guess
take
we're talking about
selfies.
because I was thinking that
Like
too.
just me taking a picture of myself right now.
Oh wait, I'm still stay. I can give you my
Okay,
stay on that.
okay.
Feel yourself.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wait, are we criminalizing people being like, I look
No.
hot as fuck?
Yeah.
No. Sorry for cursing.
No, you're good.
Everyone. Literally, I'm like, I wish.
Warranted.
Shit, I'm
Chandler,
so hot.
be fucking for real.
I just think I don't take selfies of myself, and I should, because I think I would be like, I feel so confident and I
Yeah.
look so good. I want to take a selfie and to document it. And Grimace says, so who's to hold you back from that?
Yeah.
Not I.
No.
Yeah.
I think that's sick.
Right.
I hope.
But
people
I'm
feel
sorry
that.
to cut you off on yours. You're talking about connection with someone. I like
No.
that too.
And both of those.
Right.
So for both reasons, I think stay.
Yeah.
Keep them.
Yeah.
You know.
You're the same.
I concur, same. And I also think of like other members of my family, people like who will take selfies somewhere and then send it to like a family group chat or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
So
Cute.
cute.
love that.
Selfies
Like,
are cute.
Specifically, shout out to my mom. My mom rocks for so many reasons, but I feel like
Yes,
my
shout
mom
out
is
to
queen
Megan's
of like
mom.
Yes.
something like she's at an event or something and will like
Yes.
take a selfie, and she
She will.
always looks so good in them.
So
I'm like,
hot.
how are you doing this,
Good for her.
mom? Good thing I have your jeans, but like
Because her name's
name's
Jeans.
Yes,
so
I was
literally,
gonna say.
yeah. But-
Wow, we are so cringe.
But and then it's like, I don't know, it just feels like such a little act of love. I'm like, oh my gosh, my mom's enjoying herself so much and took this selfie and now is
wanted you to
sharing
know.
it with
Right.
like loved ones, and like that's so cool. And then it makes me like, I'll like like a bit, I already mentioned it, but the library, any library ever, I love the library, and my family really loves libraries, and so like then like if I pass a library, I'll take a selfie with the library, send it to my family. I'm like, that rocks. It's like a way of connection. And also, I'm gonna be honest and vulnerable. Sometimes I look at myself and I'm like, you look so good. Capture it.
Capture it.
Yeah.
Capture it, remember it. Taylor Swift said that.
Capture it,
But-
remember it.
No, literally. And not even in a like, sometimes I'm like, I'm not even like, I just like, I have like this one selfie saved in my favorites and I forget it's in my favorites. I scroll back and I'm wearing like a Gotham FC, that's our soccer team. I'm wearing,
I know
like, a
this
Gotham
selfie.
hat.
I know
I'm
this
wearing a
selfie.
like U.S. Women's National Team sweatshirt. I have a coffee cup in my hand. My nails are painted like pink. And I might, like, I don't even think I showered that day. But for some reason, the lighting was so nice. And I took a little selfie. And I'm like, man, it's just going to be cool to, like, even now I'm like, that was a year ago. And I look back, I'm like, oh, I guess I was so happy when I took that photo.
Yeah.
That rocks. And I do look cute as a button.
Yeah.
Also, like an extension, and then we can end because I know we're such talkers.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
yapping.
we're yapping.
But like an extension of selfies being a stay, I think is cringe being a stay for me.
Oh.
I'm like, to be cringe, it's staying. Like, I want to be more cringe this year. Like, I feel like being afraid of being cringe is holding us back. Again, I spent a lot of time with like middle schoolers in my job.
Right.
They're so afraid of being cringe.
Oh, yeah.
It like is it literally ruining their lives. And I'm
Right.
like, look, take a selfie, be cringe.
Yeah.
Say the thing that's so embarrassing.
Right.
I wore fedoras all through high school and middle school and like
Yeah.
probably was ruthlessly bullied, but I was so into it I didn't even care or
Yeah.
notice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It makes you funnier
Yeah.
to be cringer now. Like being cringe is like
absolutely.
a down payment on your personality
Yeah.
later. And I think selfies are somehow a part
That's
of that.
so great.
Yeah.
No, I love that.
Yeah.
I love your answers.
Thank you.
Because I am the opposite for me.
Oh really?
You're a guy.
I don't take selfies of my. Again, I think it's an insecurity thing. I don't ever think I look good in them. I like a photo, like take one of me.
Yeah.
But me never getting the correct like
Yeah.
angle,
Yeah.
it feels like, ugh, it's just weird.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I love taking them with people, like
Yeah.
you were saying.
An ussy, as
Right.
they say on Ted Lasso.
And what?
An
An
ussy?
ussy?
Is
Oh
that
my
yourself?
God.
It's us.
Us.
An ussy. There was that one character on Ted Lasso that always was like, hey, mate, can I get an ussy? That was a terrible accent. I don't know if it sounded country western at the end. But a
Britain,
British
cancel
person.
her.
Dua
Cancel
Lipa,
her,
you did not
Britain.
hear me say that.
Wow. Okay. Ussy. Never heard of that till
Yeah, I
today.
don't know.
Nate doesn't like it. All right, it's fine. It's fine.
Sorry.
Dislike it. It's a little different.
Okay, so far we did reading a book electronically, sleepaway camps, and then we just did selfies. So now I have for you, which I know your answer to this, but I just want you guys to talk about it. Fanny packs.
Oh. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, go.
Stay.
Obviously.
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 Now, why and how do you wear them, though?
Important.
You take this away.
I'll take this.
I can add a
think
little thing at the end, but Meg is really the
I feel like
fanny pack
I-
aficionado.
Every day my fanny pack is on me. I have multiple. First of all, the functionality
Yes.
is
Obsessed.
wild. I hate
Purses.
carrying things.
Yeah.
Just having to carry a thing. Like, I will go out in the pouring rain without an umbrella. I'd rather get soaking wet than
Right.
carry an umbrella.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't want to carry something. So, like, a purse, a tote bag. Like, I like tote bags sometimes if I have my book and I'm going on the subway.
Right.
Of course. I need like a tote bag. That
Yeah.
doesn't fit in a fanny pack.
Yeah.
But aside from, like, if I need phone, wallet, keys,
Yeah.
like that, when it's just
So
on you, because
easy.
you're in your pocket, so bulky, not fun.
Not
Also, I'm
cute.
probably I need hand sanitizer and chapstick
Yes.
and lotion.
Same. Exact
So, like,
same thing.
all of those things fit in a fanny pack, and it just is it's on your
Crossbody.
person. You're not
Okay.
carrying it. Like, so I normally wear a crossbody,
Yeah. Not the waist.
not around the waist.
No, that was
Just
the
because
thing.
when I wear it around the waist, it's honestly uncomfortable. It
It
feels
is.
like my pants are falling down.
Yeah,
'Cause it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
heavy.
Yeah,
And then it's so crossbody feels the most comfortable in my body.
Right.
Um,
What did you say is yours? What did you say?
Crossbody.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
He calls them junts. Have you guys heard that?
No.
Isn't it insane? They're like the same human.
Someone the other day called us a two-headed monster.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
the best compliment I've ever gotten.
Ever.
Oh my
Ever.
God.
Wait, yeah, explain that though.
I don't know.
He doesn't know the origin.
Like Vans has like a thing called a shake junt.
Oh.
I'll literally pull it out.
Yeah.
Wait, that's so interesting.
Shake junt.
Well, shake is like.
So it's like enough happening in pop culture that a brand literally.
Yeah.
Said it. Oh.
That's his junt, not
Oh,
fanny
that's
pack.
like bigger than.
It's a
So
big
bigger.
fanny.
Yeah.
and
It's like a A donk. Oh.
No, but you,
Get it?
this one
Big Booty
specifically-
Alpaca. What's your name?
This
Booty cheeks. Booty cheeks.
This is specifically. For
Oh,
like,
thank you.
this
For our
specifically for here.
listeners at home. Wow.
That
Touching the
could
gent.
potentially
No, that's not for
don't like
like
that
that's not for around the waist. That's
For
specifically
cross-
A
Right.
crossbody.
Crossbody.
I could fit a
I
book.
could fit a book in
That's
here.
what I'm saying.
I'm gonna have to get one of these. I'm not even
People
kidding.
put like a 40 in there like.
Wait,
A
that's
Glock.
awesome.
A Glock.
Oh, I thought you meant
No, like
alcohol.
I thought you meant alcohol too.
A 40 caliber. Like,
Nope. I knew
Yeah,
what
I'm
he
putting
meant.
alcohol in
It
books in
actually
here.
says
so
a lot.
it's-
40
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I put a fifth in there before.
Yeah.
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 You know what else would fit? Like a draft latte from La Colombe.
Yeah, you know what else would fit? 3 of my stuffed animals.
Oh.
I put the camera and a tripod in there sometimes.
Wait.
Wow. I'm gonna
That's
get one.
Wow.
That reminds
we
me.
put
That's
you
also
on.
why I'm pro fanny because I have a little film camera that I bring with me everywhere, and it fits in my
Yes.
fanny pack, which rocks, and I get to have my camera. But it's just so easy, so functional. That's
Yeah.
step one. And
It's
I've always
easy.
been. I used to have a joke with my uncle in like high school that like whenever I would like put an outfit on, I would be like functionality over fashion.
Yes.
It's like I don't care what I look like
Yeah.
as long as my
Comfort,
outfit
too.
I
is
don't know why it's
functional.
called a junt though.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
know.
we
We'll
need
have to
to
look it
learn.
up. We'll look it up.
We need to learn
Just
more
says
about
shake
that.
Junt on it.
Yeah.
So I know what shake is. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But we don't
I'm
know.
pro. I'm pro. I
We're
just
stay with the junt. Stay
Yeah.
with the
Yeah,
fanny
I
pack.
need one, I think.
yeah, backpacks like get too much.
Backpack's too
It's like too
much.
much space. Also, there's nothing like dumber looking than like an empty backpack.
Yeah,
like
like
you're
a
carrying a
saggy
backpack that only has like your
backpack.
wallet and your phone and like
Yeah.
a book.
Yeah.
It's so silly looking.
Yeah.
You look like a little deflated turtle.
It's too much.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
sad.
I like that's why I like joggers too, is because there's like usually a lot of pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. But I don't like feeling weighed down by things in
Yeah.
my pockets.
Yeah.
Also, I go to the bathroom a lot,
Same.
so if you have a lot of stuff in your
you have
pockets,
to empty it
just
out.
gets, like,
Make sure you don't
annoying.
like have anything drop in the toilet.
Yeah.
I've had my phone fall out of my buck pocket. Whoa,
Whoa.
Dunmore. I had it fall out of my butt pocket so many times and just missed the toilet.
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's a
That's
problem.
scary.
that's bad.
But it didn't happen yet.
a
knock
lot
on
of things
wood.
fall in the
goodness.
toilet at camp.
Yeah,
That's like a big
sure.
part of my job. Is just fishing things out
No.
of there. Yeah. And people are too
gross.
embarrassed to say anything, so you'll just walk in there and be like, "Oh man, like, why is this like teddy bear in the toilet? Like, what went on?" And then no one will claim
I
it.
know somebody that's dropped their phone in the toilet like 5 times.
That's pretty
Five.
sad.
That's too
Five?
many times.
That's
I'll be honest.
Way too many
That's
mistakes.
purposeful.
That's
Not
gotta
one.
go.
Name names,
We're not gonna name
Go.
names, but you're gonna tell me after this episode is
Yeah.
over. Okay.
I also just want to say, for the record, something about fanny packs. I don't know what it is. I think the Lululemon.
It's like we can't
Wait,
move
we can't
on.
move on.
Ones are great.
Something about the Lululemon belt bag has changed this, but I think before the belt bag, something about fanny packs felt like iconically queer to me.
Yeah.
It's like I'm wearing
Okay.
my Cotopaxi fanny pack is like you are identifying other queer people in the wild.
Yeah.
You're like seeing each other, you're knowing, you're like maybe like high-fiving, I don't know.
Yeah.
But like that is so fun, and I like the belt bag I think has changed that because that feels very like TikTok straight Stanley Cup girl energy.
Yeah.
And I have a belt bag.
It's the
Yeah.
greatest thing
It's
about
the
You
her.
sweetest
have
thing
the
I own.
same one,
Yes.
the black one. Yeah.
It just is so
It's great.
nice
Yeah,
and
yeah.
works so well.
I didn't even know it was called belt bag. I'm not a Lululemon
Yeah.
girly.
So,
Belt-
something
yeah, the
about-
black thing
yeah.
I wear.
Oh.
See, he
Yeah.
knows what I'm talking about, but I didn't know it was called
it's
that.
called that because I left mine on an airplane once and I had to describe it and its contents and it got mailed back to me. Rock on.
Amazing.
So I Googled it and
Shout out. What's
Yes.
the airline? that
Shout
got it
out
back?
American Airlines.
Shout out American.
Yeah, it was the
Sponsor me.
Miami airport, American Airlines.
Also, Lululemon sponsor us. Also,
Shout out Miami.
Yes.
The city of Miami.
So literally shout out. My brother just moved there, so shout out to him and his new city. So I had to be like, my Lululemon belt bag, straightest thing I own, but inside of it, not. I said, hi, I left a black Lululemon belt bag on this plane, and inside is a hot pink bandana, gold face glitter and applicator, an Abby Dahlkemper professional women's soccer player playing card, an iPhone charger, and chapstick. Thank
And
you.
and they found it.
And they got it. They sent it back to me. Oh, and 2 friendship bracelets.
Love it.
I got,
Love
and
it.
my wallet. Obviously, I didn't have an ID for a
Obviously.
week, or like I was like
So
just
stressful.
vibing. It was fine. But they got it back to me, which rocked. But
I love that.
yeah. Any other notes?
Any other
I
notes
can
on
sit
a
this
fanny
one
pack?
out. Just rock on to fanny packs. I also have a gay fanny pack. It's literally the pride flag. I wear it to camp every summer, so that kiddos can be like, oh, like someone who maybe has the same identity as me, and I can feel safe talking to them. And also, Kids love rainbows.
Yeah, they do.
They just
Yeah, they
love them. It's what a very Utahn mom said to me once. She went, love that you have that rainbow bag. And I went, knowing. She went, because kids love rainbows. And I went, different? Different than what I thought you were going to say. Different than the connection I thought we were going to have just now. But
Close.
crowd pleaser. Crowd pleaser.
Crowd pleaser.
Love this. Okay, we have to end with something big, so I'm trying to find
Bigger than
something.
fanny pack.
There's nothing better.
Well, you're still trying to get us to
I'm still trying
disagree.
to get you to disagree.
Oh, let's disagree.
I want you to
disagree.
disagree.
It's gonna be hard.
It is gonna be hard.
I
You don't know
know.
about our
I know.
We have one thing we really disagree on that I can just say.
Okay, could you tell me about it?
Yeah,
What
it's
is it?
cantaloupe.
Oh.
Oh.
It's just a food.
Oh.
No, it's not.
Like groundbreaking. I'm
No.
allergic to it, so.
Yeah, I've never.
Absolutely. No one's supposed to eat
I
that.
don't like it either, so we're all against you, Megan.
You guys just like ragweed.
Cantaloupe is my favorite
Cantaloupe
fruit.
was
I'll say it with
literally
my
created
chest.
by the devil himself to punish.
Why?
Yeah, why
do
that?
Smells terrible. Smells like a fart.
No.
You put it in fruit
Maybe I
salad.
fart a lot.
Everything tastes like cantaloupe. The strawberries, cantaloupe. Pineapple,
That's
cantaloupe.
how water
What a
goes.
blessing.
I don't know.
Anyways,
I'm not
you
gonna-
ask us.
No,
That was just
that's
my
good.
favorite.
That's good.
just so you know, we disagree on something.
Okay.
It does exist.
It does. It's cantaloupe.
I feel like you guys will agree on this.
Test us.
Give us the big finale.
Mullets.
Should I stay or should I go? Has anybody ever sang that song on this?
Yes, I've had my
go,
uncle
go,
say
go.
that should be your theme song. But
I was like, wait,
Nate
one
has
of your
a theme
uncles
song.
has been on, and I didn't
No,
realize.
no, listen to it though.
Oh, nice.
Uncle Rich, shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out,
Uncle
Uncle
Rich. Richie Rich.
Best
yeah.
eye doctor in America.
Okay.
Yes. He
You
is
heard
a
it here
great,
first.
great eye doctor.
Yeah.
Go check him out.
I got
Chandler
it.
does need glasses. We should probably go see
do,
Uncle
actually.
Rich, actually.
Well,
I haven't seen anything all day.
Because we could
You have
also
to
go
go
to
to
Hershey Park
Pennsylvania.
all
Yes.
in one swoop.
Yeah, you should.
Think about it.
It's a great
I
park.
thought about it and I'm in.
Have you ever been to Hershey Park?
No, but I've been
We've talked
jonesing
about
to go.
Hershey Park on this podcast about 5 times.
Hershey Park makes mid chocolate.
Oh, hot
Hershey.
takes.
Hot take,
Okay.
hot take.
Hot take.
I wish you had an air horn for those.
Yeah.
Hot
It's
take.
like the third ingredient. Chocolate.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
What's the first?
Sugar and milk.
Isn't
That
that like
feels
what
sick.
should
I
be
don't
in?
like
Feels fine.
Me and
He's
milk got
lactose intolerant, so yeah.
That's fair. Me too. Me too.
I just think like obviously any local chocolate
Yeah.
tier is gonna be like elite
Yeah.
and the best.
Gertrude Hawks.
He loves
Oh,
Gertrude
Gertrude
Hawks.
Hawks, Dunmore Candy Kitchen. Shout out, shout out, shout out.
Gertrude
But
Hawks.
I'm just if I think of like
Yes.
big chocolate brands, like Hershey's is fine.
I
for me.
love
Lint-
Hershey's
or
dark
Lindt
chocolate.
with the-
Lindt.
I
L
like
Oh,
Lindt.
Fire.
Yeah.
the
Lindt.
truffles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I just like a really dark.
We love dark chocolate.
Like
Oh,
70%
yeah.
and up.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa,
Yeah.
like
He's
you're baking
crazy.
with
That's
it.
like a health food, actually.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Black coffee.
And black
I'm a
coffee.
black coffee
Yeah,
too.
black coffee.
Yeah.
Black coffee stay. Wow,
Sponsor.
that's
Black
coffee
controversial.
stay.
Sponsor us, black coffee.
Black coffee.
But mullets, guys.
No, it's okay.
Oh my gosh.
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yeah, I think I'm ready.
Okay.
Wait,
One-
one second.
Oh, wait, baby.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm
Okay.
Okay.
1,
2,
2,
3,
3.
stay.
Ah!
Dang it! But
No.
you were debating it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to like think about it.
Okay,
for a
so
second.
tell us why. Say
Yeah, what was that turmoil?
Is the mullet for like you guys are cool with you having one, or other people that you're interested in, or just in general you like them?
Yeah, so I think this is why I paused because I
Okay.
was like, me personally, I never want one.
Mm.
So I think maybe for like myself personally, it's like go. I just don't. That's just not a style I'm thinking of for myself at the moment right now. But I really think like the queer community has embraced mullets in this really cool way, and so I'm like,
so
oh, if someone wants
awesome.
a mullet, like you're gonna fucking rock it. I also love when a like classically straight thing becomes adopted by the queer community in a way like that, and like that. Like, I feel like when people used to think about mullets, it's like the
Cowboys.
80s. like,
Yeah,
cowboys.
yeah.
Billy
And now
Ray.
when I think about mullets, I'm like,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
coolest
really?
queer person I know probably has a mullet. You
Oh
know what
yeah,
I mean?
for sure.
And so, like, that's gotta stay.
Like if
I just don't want, I
You
don't, want a
want
mullet.
one.
to me, like if you have a mullet, I am probably kissing you. You could be whoever you are.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who you are.
So you're attracted to the mullet.
I think it's fantastic.
Mhm.
Even like the tagline "business in the front, party in the back." What's not to love about that? I'm obsessed with that. Remember when I was a kid, I loved mullets.
Yeah,
Like even as a
okay.
kid, not as a kid, I was like, I want to kiss. I was like, I'm literally don't know what kissing is yet. But I
Yeah.
was like, I just love. I was like, what is that?
What is kissing?
Shut the door on that. That's disgusting. So many germs. Now I've evolved.
Yeah.
That's okay, germs for me now.
Spoiler alert, Chandler kisses.
I'm single, everyone. So single. But Jody.
Jody.
Are you out there? I just think it's awesome. I think it's sick. I just think, anyone who rocks a mullet is innately like confident to some degree to me, and I think that is very
That's
cool.
attractive.
Like you're picking a very distinctive style. I can't even say that I would never have a mullet. Like in this phase of my life, famously, I'm growing my hair out because I have a Halloween costume in mind in October that requires long hair to have.
God.
So that's the era I'm in.
It is currently April 7th.
You gotta plan these things ahead, everyone. Start thinking of
So
your
when you come back in
costumes
October, you have to tell us what the Halloween costume
Absolutely.
is.
I can never grow my hair like out. Like,
No.
in the back. I
Yeah.
get, like, I
The
already
little-
probably getting too much back there right now.
Yeah.
now. Is it like overstimulating, you think?
Like you feel it on your neck and you don't like
I
it?
just don't look good with like hair coming out my back of my head.
Hair coming out the back of my head.
Shooting out the back.
Yeah,
Never-
I don't know.
That's so fair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
all right.
fair.
I think
But
when
that's
Billy
why I
Ray did
think
it, it
it's-
was slay.
Yeah.
Also, the last thing I'll say is that mullets do feel very cowboy
Yeah.
to me for some reason, very rock and roll as well, intersection. And the best I've ever felt about myself was when I was helping a very old woman up the stairs of our apartment building. I wish. She would rock one. Shout out to her. What was her name? Millie?
Oh, Millie.
Millie. She rocks.
Yeah.
And she...
Billy Rock.
Oh my God.
The feed's because I have the feed. And I couldn't make that connect somehow. I was helping her up the stairs, and she was very kind to me, and she's like walking into her door, and she's like, thank you so much. She's how she spoke. And I was like, you're welcome. Like, have a great day. And she was like, what's your name again? And I was like, oh, it's Chandler. And she stopped in her tracks, and she like pivoted her walker around to look me in the eyes, and she went, Chandler. That's a cowboy name. You're joking. You're joking. I've never felt better about myself. Not a cowgirl name, a cowboy name. And I said, Millie, literally you've changed my life. Thank you so much. No, I don't think so.
I don't think it
I
is.
really don't think it is. But I've never felt hotter. I've never felt better about myself. And she was just like, yeah, like the Westerns I used to watch. All right, have a nice day. She like hopples back into her house. And so I'm like, anything that makes you feel like a cowboy, hot. Mullets, hot.
Yeah.
Chandler, a cowboy name.
Cowboy name.
I'm single, Jody Foster.
Jody Foster.
marking
She
myself.
kisses.
She kisses, bro. I kiss.
You gotta have a cowboy in the feed fields out.
Yeah, you gotta
Wow.
judge their soil.
Wow. It's all coming back.
It's
It's all
all
coming
coming
back
back
to me now. Celine Dion.
Yeehaw, baby.
When the wind was so cold.
What was so cold?
There were nights when the
nights
wind
when
was
the wind
so
was so
cold.
cold.
You're right.
Celine Dion said that, everyone.
Celine Dion.
That was
Yeah,
Celine
yeah.
Dion.
Shout out. Shout out.
Shout out.
Wow.
Sponsor
so how do
us.
we wrap
How do
this
we,
up,
how
guys?
do you even wrap
Do you have
this
like a
up?
song that you sing? At the end?
He does have a song at the end, but do you guys want anyone to check out your socials, or you have anything you're promoting?
Oh my
Social media is
gosh, anything we're
private,
promoting.
probably.
Or anything that you, because it doesn't have to be social media. It could just be like, what do you want people to know? Like, sometimes you shout out like a cause or something or anything. Yeah. That's what,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
on
yeah.
your socials.
I get it.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want the people to remember or know or pay attention to?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want people to remember that this is an Olympic year, and so
Yes.
the U.S. Women's National
They'll
team
be playing.
will be
They'll
playing
be playing soccer
soccer
Yes.
in France.
in France.
I love the
in
Olympics.
September.
In September. Yeah.
So everyone should know that.
Tune in.
They also should know that the WNBA draft is coming. Well, actually, this is probably
It won't be out by then. Sorry, it'll already be out. NBA draft, WNBA.
So check out the draft. It happened a while ago at this point, but check
It'll
it
be in
out.
a few weeks.
People
We'll
will
post
be
this.
playing. Okay, yeah. So just know that the NWSL season is underway and the WNBA season is kicking off mid-May. Those are really important things to know.
Yeah.
Trying to think if there's other things.
I have something.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not necessarily for people to know, but it's like last time I was asked this question was when I was in a fake pageant in kindergarten.
Oh.
And they were like, what is one thing you want people to like
Uh-huh.
work towards?
Yeah.
And I said world peas. Because I thought that when people were saying that this whole time, it was world peas, like
Great.
green peas.
Again, feed.
Green peas, soybeans, corn,
Yes.
bro. It's always in the brain.
Agriculture.
And I said world peas, and everyone started laughing, and then I started crying.
'Cause
So I
you're
was
like,
like,
why is everyone
everyone
laughing?
laughing at
I'm
me?
so smart. I
I'm
just
li-
said
I
world
literally
peace.
said what everybody wanted me to say. That's what people have been saying for
Yeah.
years.
Duh.
And my mom had to kindly educate me that there's no type of green pea that's a world pea.
Oh.
And I was like, that's
Look at that.
Peas
ridiculous.
feed the world.
And I said exactly that.
And it's probably grown in Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want people
Wow.
to know, eat your vegetables.
She's talking to me.
I'm looking directly at Jenna.
Watch women play
I love
sports.
peas. Watch
Yeah.
women play sports. And also just if you're ever in Brooklyn, New York, Prospect Lefferts Gardens. Is where
Don't
we
give your
live.
whole address.
And our whole address
And our
is.
address is.
But like, come hang out.
Come
with
hang
us.
in Brooklyn. Yeah, our socials are private.
Yeah,
so
you'll
there's not
find us.
Yeah.
Through the
there.
grapevine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
follow my account.
Follow Jenna and then
I'll tag
say,
them.
Jenna, Chandler and Megan.
And
seem
you
so
can
pretty and cool and
request-
fun. We're gonna be in Brooklyn.
Yeah, you can request to follow them, but they could deny your request. But you can
We
try.
could deny your request.
Look.
Just know.
Look,
They're fucking weird.
We'll deny your request.
you better impress the shit out of me.
Yeah,
if you're trying to request
literally.
me on Instagram, okay?
Yes.
But if you're Katie McCabe,
Look, if you're
My
Jody
Instagram
and
handle
Katie,
is
You're the
at
Holy
Megan _
Trinity.
At Ohio Grains.
Ohio Greens.
grains and gains,
Grains
And gays.
Grains and Gays, that's the
grains
title.
and gays. We got it. We got
There
it.
it is.
We got it.
All right. So, thanks for coming on the pod, guys.
Yeah,
Jen, thanks
Jenna,
for having us.
thank
So
you
much
for having us.
fun.
You're so beautiful
Oh,
and smart.
I love you guys.
You are so
Thank
beautiful
you.
and smart.
Oh my gosh. Wow. This is so nice.
Jenna
you guys are
Lopez, the
too.
Prettiest girl in
J
school.
Lo.
Oh my God.
Booty
Wow.
cheeks.
And clip it.
She hit me with the yellow lights. You wanna act like I don't know about it, baby, that's alright. Should I stay, should I go? I don't know if you bout it, baby, guess that's life. Said we can never get that right. Now I'm thinking that you love me, but you don't really want me. Like, should I stay, should I go?